Legends, yes. Yes. Oh, I gotta post this in the Discord. The vertical streams are back, boys. There, man, let me just post this in the Discord real quick. Oh my god, auraless entrance again. I'm losing my touch. That's 2 auraless entrances in a row. What have I done? Alright, hang on. Post it in the Discord. G'day, legend! How are we, boys? What is good? Vertical streams are back! How good is it, boys? We missed the vertical streams, didn't we, boys? What's up, Ali? What's up, Eric? How are you, man? What's up, MMA Master? What's good, dude? How are you, man? Fighter Matrix in a vertical stream. Ooh, that's a good idea. We should absolutely do that, Eric. We should do a Fighter Matrix in the vertical stream. Dougie's shitting out a vertical stream. I'm shitting out a vertical stream, mate. It's time to get in the algorithm. Let's go vertical stream. It's good to have him back, isn't it, Betty? It's good to have him back. Music's louder than you are. I'm working. We're working through it. Dougie is all torso. The torso goes all the way down to my knees, Wixen. You know what I'm saying? Australia showed they can still win on the UFC. We won the entire card. We swept the entire card. Even the Neil Magny fight, we technically won. Even that one. I did not say you did, Eric. You want to do a Fighter Matrix inside a vertical stream, and I like it, mate. I miss the vertical streams. It's good to have it back. It's good to be back on the verticals. And look, we've got all sorts of things. It's been so long for missing a vertical stream. I know, you swept it. I was proud of Australia. Thank you, MMA Master. What's up, Christian Gray? How are you, brother? Good to see you. I'm going to ban you. You can't ban me, mate. It's my chat. You can't ban me. And look, the verticals are back. We can do all sorts of things. We can go half and half. And we can bring up MMA Twitter on the vertical streams. We can do all sorts of... We can do all sorts of stuff on the vertical streams. It's so good to be back in the vertical streams, mate. What does this tweet say? What MMA opinion will have you like this, where the entire MMA community is attacking you? Look at that. We could fit an entire tweet. We could do tier lists on vertical streams. It's so good to be back in the vertical world. How great is it? I'm going to ban you. You can't ban me. You can't ban me. It's my stream. I'll spit on your stream and you do nothing. You do nothing. Nacho misses the verticals. It's hard to type. No, it's so good. We love him. We love him. Brian Ortega used to be good. Brian Ortega did used to be good. Brian Ortega had the best walkout of all time. Why am I in top chat? I need to be in all chat. I should be in all chat so I can see everyone's chats. There we go. Now I can see even Sus Pasture when he gets here. Right. Anyway, let's get into the stream, boys. I hate the style of stream. How do I like the stream? Just like the stream, Ali. Do it anyway. There's nothing wrong with a vertical stream. Vertical stream is good for the algorithm, mate. I never miss the vertical stream. I hate it being back. You love it, Christian Grey. You love it. This definitely feels like we should do a Fighter Matrix today. Feels like we should do a Marab Fighter Matrix today. Oh! A Marab Fighter Matrix on a vertical stream? That's what we need to see. That's what chat wants to see. Let's talk about Marab Divalashvili in mobile phone mode. Ooh, that's good. Impression of Bane saying that he was born in the vertical stream. My channel was born in the vertical streams. I merely adopted the landscape. This is how Dougie's Corners started. Brian Ortega, we did that one. Islam Makhachev is not top 5. What, GOAT or pound for pound? Specify. Is Islam Makhachev not top 5 GOAT of all time? No, he isn't. Alexander Volkanovski is, but Islam Makhachev is not. No, that is true. But pound for pound, yes. Guys, click the like button, then go to your liked videos, and it will play. Don't listen to Nacho. Don't listen to him at all. Don't listen to Nacho. We should be here. We should be doing verticals. Yeah. Don't argue against a vertical stream. Okay, boys. Just let it happen to you. You're being Ericked right now. We need to do another Canada takeover stream. What if we did a best Canadian fighters of all time tier list? GSP, Rory McDonald. That is all. GSP, the Red Prince. And no others. That's it. That's the 2 best Canadian fighters of all time. Oh, Canada, Scotland, catch up. Catch up to Russia and Australia. Will you please? Vertical Backyard Hat Dougie stream is the most hype as a Canadian talk wearing Tim Hortons eating Dougie stream. One day we will do a Tim Hortons live stream, Christian Grey. Dougie, have you ever used the new feature for vertical stream? Alt F4 and then backspace. I haven't, Wick, so let me check that out. Alt F4, you say? I'm not falling for that one, idiot. I understand I don't show up in top chat. Yeah, now I can see you never holds hands. Now we are in top chat. Sorry, dude. I'm in all chat now. I was in top chat before. Marab is going to put us to sleep. You are weeing Corey Sandhagen. No one wees Corey Sandhagen. And I don't think Marab will. I think you're going to be safe from Marab. Yeah. Dougie shaves his eyebrows. I absolutely do not shave my eyebrows. We need a Tim Hortons menu review on a vertical stream one day when I go to Canada. Revolt against vertical. Never revolt against vertical. Never. Volk is not top 5. Volk is absolutely a top 5 goat of all time. Of course he is. Easily. It goes Mighty Mouse, GSP, Anderson Silva, John Jones, Alexander Volkanovski. I only get to force unwanted things onto others. Well, Eric, I've learned a lot from you being in my stream for so long. I swallow bananas vertically. Dougie said that. I did not say that. Don't clip that. Break down your Danny Barlow interview. It was a hell of an interview, Nacho. Let me tell you, me and Danny Barlow, we talked for hours. It was a Joe Rogan-esque podcast. It was 4.5 hours. Just me and Danny Barlow shooting the shit. Best Canadian fighters tier list. Let's go for I just did it. Those 2 fighters. That's it. Aspinall at least let GST take his meat out of his mouth. Disgusting. What's up, Justin Kennedy? How are you, mate? Good to see you, dude. We had Carlos Newton, too. People forget you did have Carlos Newton. That is true. That is true. Where the fuck was Reyes' footwork from the John Jones fight against Allberg? It's been 5 years. He's had deep vein thrombosis. Look at Reyes' body in the John Jones fight, and then look at Reyes' body 5 years later after breaking his face and having deep vein thrombosis and not being able to work out at all. These are not the same Dominic Reyes, you know? It just isn't. It's just not the same guy. Reyes was such a disappointment. I don't think so. I think you actually had to trick yourself into thinking that Dominic Reyes could beat Carlos Allberg to be disappointed. I never thought that he could. I wanted him to win. I thought the storyline would be great, but I never thought that he could beat Carlos Allberg. The UFC wouldn't even exist without Canada, like most things. No. Ben, listen. Listen. I love you. I love Canada. I love Christian Grey. I love Mitch. I love all the Chads from Canada that support. I love Ronan MMA, the live streamer. He's a good bloke. But if no one had ever occupied Canada, nothing about the global world would change today in history. If Canada had just remained an empty space full of Inuits and seal hunters, nothing in 2025 would be any different as it is now. Literally nothing. Canada has been of no consequence to the global catalysms of history. Whereas Serbia, you wouldn't have electricity. You wouldn't have Nikola Tesla, you know? Without Australia, you wouldn't have Wi-Fi, you know, and a place to send criminals and base Chads to save you from the Dagestani takeover in the UFC. Canada, it could still be igloos to this day and nothing would change about the world. Classic Vertical, how are you, Jim? Good to see you, mate. When was the last time you picked up a bachelor's handbag for dinner? What is a bachelor's handbag, my friend? My favorite tape brother is back like a crack addict. Okay, I'm not a Temu tape brother, but thank you, Tracy. I appreciate it. Reyes was a fat mess. He should fight Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin Gastelum would beat Dominic Reyes. Kelvin Gastelum, people forget, man. He was this close to beating Joe Pyfer. And now I need to pick Joe Pyfer, even though Joe Pyfer hates me. Only pussies get deep vein throbbing inside them. This is true, Nacho. This is true. Like the stream and click on the stream from your liked videos. No more. Alright, I should ban that. You know how I've banned the word any? I should ban that sentence there. Like the stream and click it. I should ban that. You guys will have vertical pressed upon you. You will enjoy my vertical streams. Do you think it was easy to set all this back up again with the little thing down the bottom? And then to be able to just go into the intro and then be able to go to Tapology at the... You think this was easy to set all up like this? Just to have you guys not appreciate the vertical stream? Disgusting. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. Actually, Canada changed the world so much, civilization came from this country. You're not Greece, brother. You're Canada. We will be watching the Inbred versus Hughes rematch on Friday, Saturday for me. Probably not. No, because it'll probably be at like 5 a.m. in the morning on Saturday. So probably Probably not. I'll probably watch it back. I'm not getting up at 5 in the morning to watch a fucking PFL. No. 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 Canada is the weakest country in the world. Exactly, MMA Master. MMA Master gets it. Canada invented the zipper and a zip. Someone would have figured that out, mate. The French and Indian War, brother. Very influential. No one's even heard of that. Edison, 5045 Tesla, light work. Get it, Nacho? Light work, on-off switches, light, electricity. Very good, Nacho. Impression of Islam saying, eat the shit, brother, as I force feed Bilal their poo. They wouldn't do that. I think you're thinking of Indians there, Ali. No, what you should be saying is, you take my cousin, brother. It's also my cousin, brother. She turned 7. She's ready to marry. Guess what? Canada also invented the cell phone. You can thank us for that. Mate, the cell phone became irrelevant in 10 years. You invented it, and then it was done with. Then we moved on to the mobile phone. Invent something that stands the test of time. Like literally electricity. Did some people say they forgot, man, Kazayev Pereira, what? Kazayev Stolizkosnoski was Canadian, even though he was nicknamed the Pol. So this dude whose name is Polish, whose nickname is Polish, whose ancestry is Polish, you guys are just going to claim him? Unbelievable. You can't get me to watch vertical. You will watch the vertical. We will watch horizontally. We will have... I will vertically stream every single day until I see on my back end that it is all vertical viewers. You try and weasel out of the vertical streams, I will continue to stream vertically. Is it true that India is the best Commonwealth country? Obviously not. Look at them. Oh, I don't have water today, chat. I needed a pick-me-up. I needed a Tuesday pick-me-up. I've got vanilla Coke instead. Oh, it's good stuff. Delicious vanilla Coke. Delicious vanilla. Alright, I found this post that I wanted to share with you guys. That's the wrong button. Shit, fucking vertical streams. What MMA opinion will have you like this? I want to go through the opinions that we see here from Home of the Fight and see which ones I agree with and which ones I disagree with. We're doing a hot takes. This is a hot MMA takes conversation that we're doing right now. Okay, so the very first one from MMA Degenerate is that Khamzat versus DDP was a fun fight to watch. Yeah, that is wrong. Khamzat versus DDP was not a fun... do you really think anyone outside of the MMA Joey types are ever going to go back and watch Khamzat versus DDP, like, ever again? You think this fight will ever get rewatched by anybody? I would argue no. This fight will never get rewatched by anybody. So I'll say no, mate. That is not a fun one to watch. Lighter fighters are more skilled than heavier fighters. That is a universally agreed upon fact. That lighter fighters are more skilled than heavier fighters. No one disagrees with that. That is not the kind of take that's going to have you getting murdered by the MMA fan base. So, Stan Morish has failed there. Let me read some chats. He submitted the one and only Brian Stan. You know, Chael Sonnen thought Brian Stan was dead. Did you see the pullouts from the card have already started? I did, Jim. It fucking sucks, mate. Look, I just hope that we get the top 3 fights. As long as we get the top 3 fights, I'm okay with the card. Honestly, as long as Khalil Roundtree and Yuri Prohaska stays on, I'm okay with the card. That's all I need. That's all I need this weekend, and I'll be happy. Just because you decide to say mobile phones don't make it a different cell phone, same shit. They're completely different, mate. Mobile phones run off Wi-Fi, which we invented. Landlines are literally dead. Pereira is going to slump out Ankalaev early. That is a take that will get you stabbed by the MMA community, Nacho. I don't think there's any chance of that. Well, there's a 20% of the chance of that happening. Not sponsored by It's not sponsored by Coca-Cola. No, absolutely not. There wouldn't be any paint rollers without Canada. That would be better. We have spray guns already. Again, Canada, invent something that is like relevant. We use air compressed spray guns now. Paint roller. Who uses paint rollers? Oh my God. Are the women in Australia as bad as Californian women with their blue hair? They don't have blue hair. They're all pretty much short, blonde, blue eyes, but they do have the same disgusting leftist mentality that has made them horrible feminists and unbreedable. Gay takes corner. That's what we're going to do, Nacho. We're going to do the gayest takes in MMA. Alex and Ank are going into a fuck off. Ew. Is the microphone quiet or is it just me? It might just be you guys. How does the... let me ask the people that I trust. Eric, Nacho, how does the microphone sound? Do I need to turn up the decibels a little bit? Please, Eric and Nacho, let me know. I do not trust the rest of the chat. Yes, MMA master, but Canadian women mog all the other quiet shit microphone. Okay, so there we go. That's the chat that we're... I told you since the beginning, it is a bit quiet. All right, let's crank it up a little bit. Mic is great. Leave it just a tad bit. Well, let's put it up just a tad. Advanced audio properties. Microphone. Ah! Oh my god, it's finally given way. All right, microphone. Let's put it up just a touch. Volume. How's that? That might be better. Yeah, that looks better. That's starting a yellow line there. All right, we'll go with that. All right, cool. What's up, Yog? How are you? Much better. Okay, cool. Where am I up to? Quiet Michael, just me. Yes, I'm a Canadian woman. Vanilla Coke is banging, but nothing on Canadian A&W root beer. I'm sipping it right now on Crip. Christian Grey, why don't you go and hit this womp right now for me, mate, while you sip on it. Too loud, sounds fucked. What the fuck? Is it doing it again? Better? Everyone, now I gotta listen to myself back in the fucking audio headsets. Advanced audio properties. Monitor and output. Here we go. Now I gotta listen to myself while I talk, which I hate doing. Anyway. Dougie crash out incoming. No, I'll be fine. Sounds fine. It does sound fine to me. I can hear myself in my ear now. Yeah, it sounds totally fine to me. Anyway, let's move on. What's up, pound for pound? Look who's back on the Islam Makhachev fight week. Pound for pound is back. I do think. Not Islam Makhachev. I can't do this. I cannot fucking do this with me listening to myself in my ear. All I hear is myself echoing. Done. Okay. The microphone sounds fine. Frankly, I don't give a fuck how it sounds anymore. It sounds how it sounds. Sounded perfect and you fucked it. Don't care. You can all just put up with it. It sounds how it fucking sounds. I'll go back and... Literally, yeah, you guys are fucking with me. It was fine. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. If you don't like the stream, you can fuck off. I'll listen to it back to myself tomorrow and I'll adjust it tomorrow. You sound great to me. Thank you, Davison Figueiredo's fan page. I appreciate it. I'm now going to ignore all microphone chats. How are you, pound for pound? Good to see you again, man. I hope that you're well. Where am I up to? And Nacho, you have now lost the trust factor on feedback. Eric is the only one that I trust. Nacho smoking dust with that prediction. Don't know what the fuck Nacho was talking about. Hamzat versus DDP was fun to watch. Maybe. I think valid crash outs were good. No, Hamzat versus DDP was horrible. Horrible. Did some tape study and it's worse than I thought. What are you talking about, Toad? The Ankalaev prediction? The Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira? Is that what you're talking about? I nearly fell asleep watching it. I don't blame you, dude. I nearly turned it off and I was doing it live. Everyone benefits from Canada, but we get zero. No one benefits from Canadian inventions. Literally no one. Where am I up to? I've missed it. I've missed everything. I've missed it. There's so many chats. I've missed them all. I shouldn't have fucked around with the microphone. I wasted time. And now I've lost. MMA Master, Canadian women. I thought Alex Pereira lost his first MMA fight because he hadn't learned grappling yet. But he was unironically getting bitched in the pocket by an obese lightweight. You are talking about Alex Pereira in his very first MMA fight, Toad. It's been several years and he's made vast improvements since then. It's like some dude was in my chat last week. I think it was I'm Extremely Asian was in the chat last week. And they were like, mate, Tom Aspinall's very first fight. No grappling defense. It's like, bro, that was 15 years ago. You know, things have changed. Things have changed now. Dominic Reyes is different now than he was when John Jones fought him. Things change. In their last fight, Toad, Magomed Ankalaev tried to take down Alex Pereira 12 times. Couldn't take him down once. A landline isn't a cell phone, dumbass. He was talking about landlines. Yes. Dougie, have you ever heard of cellular data? What does that run on? Satellites, motherfucker, not the landline. If you actually think Canada doesn't have enough soldiers, you don't know history. Toughest in the Anzac. You're not in the Anzacs, mate. You're not part of them. You're part of the Commonwealth. Dougie, can we have a chat group wank to Alexa Grasso? So absolutely not. No. Top loud sounds fart. Don't care. Way too loud. Don't care. You can fuck off. If you don't like the way the microphone sounds, we can just end the stream and I'll turn it back on tomorrow. You can fuck off. Sounds fine. It is fine. Fuck me. I get, yep, fuck all of you. You all fucked up the trust. Sounded perfect, but you fucked it. Only touched it once. Legit unlistenable in my headphones and don't listen. I'll listen back to it myself and we can pick it up again tomorrow. Canada, yeah, whoa, so abusive. I know. Doug, why are you trying to make me drink earlier? Get into it, mate. Drink now. Gotta bounce, don't turn it down because I'm not. I gotta bounce if you don't turn it down. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching the fucking volumes again. I'm not touching it. I'm gonna go back and listen to it. So that's the end of that. Big Ank coming off to turn Pereira's. Big Ank is coming off Pereira's electricity. Big Ank coming to turn off Pereira's electricity. Oh, dude. I think Alex Pereira is going to get slept. I think he's going to get slept. I think he is going to have to try and push the pace more than he did last time, and he's going to end up getting slept. Dougie's probably fucked up his mic by screaming into it from 1 inch away. No, I've drilled it into the desk so I don't move it towards my face anymore. What has Australia done for the world compared to Canada? It's not even close. Literally Wi-Fi, mate. Literally Wi-Fi. He's got to be rate. I'm not rate. I can hear it. Fine, I'll waste even more time. I'll waste even more time and go back and listen to myself again. Even though I just listened to myself and it wasn't clipping. How am I, Mitch? I'm about to stop the stream and just fuck off for the night. It sounds totally fine to me. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. 1 2 3. It is totally fine. It is totally fine. It is totally fine. It is totally fine. This is why I don't listen to the chat. This is why I don't listen to the chat. Listen. You're hearing what I'm hearing. Listen to the chat. Listen. You're hearing what I'm hearing. Listen to the chat. Listen. You're hearing what I'm hearing. Listen to the chat. Listen. Never listen to the chat. Never ever listen to the chat. They are retarded. They are retarded. Just stay alive. I am. I'm fucking gonna pull Nacho's mod shit. Fucking hell. Such a waste of time, man. Just to rage bait me. I'm trying to make the fucking stream good for you guys. You just fuck around. It's clipping. It's not. It's totally fine. God. Alright. Anyway. What are we up to? How are you, man? What's up, Carpathius? Good to see you, man. Let me try and find myself in the chat again, because I bother trying to read everyone's chat. Do you want me to lie and say, I just played it back! And you could hear what I was hearing, and it was literally fine. You just heard what I'm hearing. It was fine. It's on your end. Oh, like... Vertical crash out. I swear to God. Pereira's grappling improved a lot from his first fight, but his pocket boxing has only gotten slightly better. I'll give more examples as I watch more because I got to counter the UFC plant program narrative. Toad, you're like fighting super uphill here, but I don't think a lot of people are disagreeing with you. Like, I really don't, man. Like, Pereira can get pressed. Izzy's pressed him. I wonder what the favorite is on Tapology right now. I'm not even going to bother reading all the chats because chat's fucking annoying as shit. So I'm just going to read selective ones. Tapology, UFC 320. UFC 320. How many people are picking Alex Pereira? Yeah, Toad. Eric, thank you for the $1, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, dude. Toad, this like UFC plant program narrative that you're trying to push uphill on, brother. Most people are picking Ankalaev. Like, this is a very uphill battle from Pereira. I think you're fighting a cloud, brother. You're fighting a ghost that isn't there. There's not these waves of Sharma fans anymore. The Sharma fans were just TikTok fans. And now that he's lost that aura, they're not backing him anymore. Look, it's only 36% of people are picking Alex Pereira. So yeah, Toad, you don't need to dig that hard. Most people agree with you, mate. Marab said he is coming to strike. Corey will get the job done. They say that. They just say that, man. Although, to be fair, Bilal said that he was just coming to strike, and he actually did end up just coming to strike and ended up fucking up his entire career. So maybe, man. Yeah, I know. I should reward the chat for their fuckery with the Cyril Gahn matrix, shouldn't I? Dougie sounds like he's communicating with a tin can. Now it's exactly the same. Impression of Saudi Dougie saying the people, they are retarded. They're retarded people. You should not listen to the people. They're retarded. Pereira in kickboxing moved like a cheater. His speed has taken a massive hit since he has come to MMA. Well, that's because he has got to be so careful with the takedowns. But also, like, again, guys, people change as they age up. Like, notice how easily Wanderlei Silva just got absolutely destroyed in boxing because obviously Wanderlei Silva is old now. Alex Pereira is nearing 40 years old. You know what I mean? That shit's gonna fuck you up. You can talk about Dougie's cousins, but don't you dare bring up the shut up, Eric. How are you, iShow, mate? Good to see you. Impression of backwards at Dougie, picking Alex Pereira and then screaming Sharma as his argument. That is essentially a Gen Z mindset right there, Benny. Just Sharma, just Sharma. That's why he's gonna win, because Sharma. Sandhagen with an 8% Sandhagen with his 8% diehard fan. I didn't even notice that. How many people are picking Sandhagen? I didn't even see that. Holy shit, yeah. 8% of people picking Sandhagen. That is literally just his family. His mum, his dad, and his gym. They're the only people picking Sandhagen. Fucking hell. Poor old Sandhagen, man. Jesus, dude. Pereira lost the fight on purpose. He said he was only 40%. Yeah, I hate it when they start talking like that. I hate it. Especially like Alex Pereira, where he's like, I had so much leading into this week, Sharma. Dude has been filming a movie. Like 5 weeks ago, Alex Pereira was filming a movie. He's been traveling just as much. He's been filming non-stop vlogs with Nina Drama. Real Sharma fans never die. There's only a few of you left, Nacho. There's only a few of you left. Pereira has never had good pocket boxing. He puts both of his arms up and forward looking to counter guys with lead hooks as soon as guys press him. Yeah. That's Pereira's never been like... The argument that, like, ooh, Pereira hasn't got very good pocket boxing. Yeah, they're rangy kickboxers. Neither has Pereira. Neither did Silva. They're kickboxers. When are you dropping the OnlyFans? Soon, Conor McGregor. Very, very soon, mate. Very soon. Imagine thinking the mic isn't clipping. Imagine thinking I'm going to still listen to this shit. Do you think Sharma will come out strong, or do you think he will start to fear the speed of Ankalaev and be timed right from the start? Do you think Sharma will come out strong, or do you think he'll fear the speed of Ankalaev and be timed right from the start? How do you think he approaches this? I think he will want to come out strong, Eric. I think, like... He has become very aware of his celebrity and the fan narrative around him. And just like how he is constantly talking to the fans about what his hair should be like and which trunks he should wear, I think he's going to want to come out early and right the wrongs. Right the wrongs. Do you think he'll fear the speed, mate? Yeah. If Pereira wins, you have to get a Sharma tattoo on your chest. Absolutely fucking not. Fighter Matrix now. They deserve a Fighter Matrix, Justin Kennedy. It'll get close to 50-50, just like O'Malley, Marab too. As for the UFC, as the UFC pushes their propaganda, Rogan already made up the injury narrative based on a troll tweet that the sheep are all buying. Let's see, Toad. Let's watch it during the week. Let's see how it goes. I don't think it'll edge to... It might. There's a big gap to close. There is a very fucking big gap to close. And I guess people haven't put their picks in yet. This is people who have got their early picks in. Like, we don't do our picks until Friday, Saturday. Bilal didn't come to strike. He shot like 12 takedowns and got stuffed. What the fuck are you talking about? He kept a lot of the fight standing. I mean, Bilal didn't start really getting his takedowns going until... I think he threw one takedown in the first round. One in the second. And then in the third and the fourth, when he was realizing that he was losing on the striking, is when he started shooting his takedowns. Did he really come to strike when he shot the average amount of takedowns and shot? Yeah, I just went through that. The difference between the old and ancient, Wanderley's body is more ran through than a stripper named Cotton Cow. I know, but I'm just pointing out the fact that Alex Pereira, when he was in kickboxing, moving like a cheetah, was like 30 years old, you know? And now he's closer to 40, so he is going to slow down a little bit from that. Do you think Alex throws leg kicks? Yes, he is going to throw leg kicks. Vampiric Legs has been repping Sandhagen for months now. Well, shout out to Vampiric Legs. I've been seeing his shit on Twitter. Good on him, man. Bilal coming to strike, shooting 4 takedowns around, according to Dutch. He literally only shot 1 takedown in the first round, and I think 1 in the second round as well, but that's okay. I forgot Merab is fighting this weekend. Not that much hype around it. Everyone is excited for the light heavyweight fight like Merab's already won. That's the problem when you have such a dominant champion. Like, DJ suffered from the same thing, right? Like, when it's just such an obvious win, people are sort of just... I honestly, Eric, until today, completely forgot that Merab was fighting this weekend. I thought he was fighting at the next pay-per-view in Abu Dhabi on the Tom Aspinall one. Yeah. I always thought Sandhagen was overrated as fuck. No, I always thought he was quite good. He's been in camp for like 10 weeks. Stop lying. Lately. Timid, mate. I said timed. Timid. Timid. I don't know what you're talking about, Eric. I think Trevor Whitman molests his fighters. You sure you're not talking about Pat Barry? You're probably talking about Pat Barry. Alex does have crazy hard calf kick. He does, and he uses them a lot. I think he's going to continue to use them again. But okay. All good, Eric. All right. EPO Dillashaw walked so EPO Merab could win. Exactly right, mate. And yet, USADA, well, we don't have USADA. The new modern testing agency isn't catching Merab. Impression of Sharma Dougie KOing Big Ankalaev. I would never take away Bedtime's MMA. Only chance of celebration by KOing Big Ankalaev. Do you want to do a fighter matrix, or am I going to ask you a boxing? You can ask me a boxing question if you want, mate. That's okay. Do you think anything actually changes, or it's just to continue? I think he does push forward more, Eric. I think he does push forward. He has to push forward more. He pushed forward in the fifth round. He pushed forward in the 5th round of the last fight, which is when he had success. So he has to know to push forward. And also, I think he's also going to carry the confidence with the fact that he literally stuffed every single one of Magomed Ankalaev's takedowns. So he's going to carry a lot of confidence in that. But I once again am seeing the same fucking narrative come from the fans of Magomed Ankalaev and all the wrestling and the takedowns, when Magomed's never been a big takedown guy. He's been a big smush against the cage guy. And in round 4, when Magomed was smushing Alex Pereira against the cage, Alex couldn't spin off the cage. Alex pretty much spent the entire time smushed up against the cage. Almost Jose Aldo-esque. So he's going to have to fix that. That is his biggest setback, right? Dun, 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 dun. Per round. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was talking about. So Bilal Muhammad didn't throw us. This is round one. Bilal Muhammad threw 1 takedown, didn't land. Attempted 3 takedowns, they didn't work. Didn't try any takedowns in round 3 at all. So early in the fight, rounds 1 and 3, Bilal Muhammad pretty much didn't even bother trying to take down JDM. JDM beat the fuck out of him in the first round. Total strikes, 61 to 49. So JDM beats the fuck out of Bilal Muhammad in the first round. Then in the second round, Bilal goes, fuck, I've got to land some takedowns. He beat the fuck out of me in the first round. Doesn't seem to snatch up a single one. And then in the third round, he gives up on the takedowns again and goes back to trying to box JDM. And they have a pretty even boxing match in the third round. I was right again. Depends on who Guru ends up picking, but I predict it'll be about 58% Ank by the end of the week. Let's check it, Toad. Yeah, let's see if it's around 50, or at least close to 58% Ank and, yeah, 42% Alex Pereira. I bet it will tighten, Toad. I don't disagree. I think it will tighten, Toad, because again, like, I haven't done my picks, and Nacho wouldn't have done his picks, and most people wouldn't have done their picks already. Like, it's only Tuesday. It's Monday in America. Most people won't have done their picks yet. People will be watching Fight Tape all week, and then they'll go and do their picks. The reason Ankle Grabber didn't get leg kick TKO is because he is a southpaw, and Pereira can only throw lead leg kicks instead of rear leg kicks. Yeah. I can agree with that. Absolutely. The Marab demolish my willy. Yes. Marab is forgettable because he is boring. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just because it's... I don't think that... I disagree. I think people remember Marab. You know, they remember the memeable moments. Him kissing... him picking up Henry Cejudo like a baby. Him kissing O'Malley. Him trolling Umar. No, I think Marab is very memorable. I just think it's one of those fights where it's so obvious what is going to happen. People have sort of like, oh, Sandhagen's going to fight Marab and he's going to lose. Cool. And that's it. They don't think about it anymore. You know what I mean? Whereas with this one, Pereira, like, he had such a big fan base. They're looking forward to this fight coming back. Yuri versus Prohaska. That's such a fucking what-if fight. It's in your mind. Man, I can't wait for this card. I can't wait for UFC 320. JDM versus Islam Makhachev. Fuck, I can't wait for November. I can't wait for November. I can't wait for November. I just think when you already know the way a fight is going to go, you just put it to the back of your head, and next thing you know, oh, that's this weekend, is it? Percentage chance of Sandhagen fluking a win, 10%. 10% maybe Sandhagen throws a knee or an uppercut up the middle. Marab is honestly just leagues above his competition. His attributes alone put him above everyone in the division. Now that he is also adding skills to his arsenal like submissions and striking. I know. And it's true. Like, I have been shit-talking Marab striking a little bit on today's stream, which I probably shouldn't have done because he did outstrike Sean O'Malley in the second round of their most recent fight, which is impressive. You know, Sean O'Malley's a fucking proper striker. Hermit Ankalaev. I like that one, Justin Kennedy. I just wait to get Marab to get older if I want to win the belt. Yeah, you have to, K-Dot, at this point. I said that after Marab beat Sean O'Malley the second time. The only thing that's going to beat him is time. Just father time. That's all it is. Alex Pereira was Jose Aldo Max. He was in that fourth round. It did not look good at all, man. Sandhagen is going to choke. I don't think Sandhagen's going to choke. I think Sandhagen is going to waste like 3 minutes of a 5-minute round in bottom position chasing a heel hook. You know? And the entire time, Marab is just landing little tappy hammer fists, little knees, little shots to the body, little inside elbows, and Sandhagen is like going to be chasing this heel hook, chasing this bottom position, chasing this jiu-jitsu. Oh, the jiu-jitsu's not there. All right, now I'll try and get back up onto the feet. Well, 3 minutes is already down. It's going to take you another 30 seconds, 45 seconds to get back onto the feet. Now there's a minute 20 left on the clock. Now you're going to make some action happen. And now you're really scared that you don't want to get taken down again because this is when you have to start doing the damage, which, as we've seen before, when the striker is in there against the grappler, that's when the grappler has the most success on the feet. Like, there's just, with the way that Marab fights, there's so much clock time that he can chew up. What is up, Alpeg? Good to see you, brother. That is the problem for Sandhagen. Mate, just twirl like a ballerina and get it. Mate, just fucking spin and get out of there. It's easy as, brother. Stop falling for the Bilal Cope narrative. He didn't spam takedowns because JDM was mastering the distance and wouldn't feint uppercuts and made Bilal freeze and hesitate. I'm not falling for it. I'm just saying, like, JDM turned with... If, Marab, if the wrestler if the wrestler turns into a striker because the striker is so worried about the wrestling, JDM sort of turned Bilal into a striker because JDM was so good at shucking off the takedown. But again, Bilal only tried one takedown in the first round. Like, that first round, Bilal chose to stand and, like, it's not a... Bilal chose. Bilal only attempted one takedown. Bilal chose to stand and strike with JDM in the first round. And then he realized, oh, fuck, it's not going well for me. Now, this, in the second round, is when JDM taught Bilal, you're not going to be able to take me down easily, mate. And then Bilal committed to the striking, committed to his Canelo hands game plan in the third round. And that's when JDM fucking put it on him, mate. JDM, hands of steel. But, yeah. Stop taking the credit away from JDM. I'm giving JDM the credit, mate. I'm giving him all the credit, brother. I'm giving him the credit. Tuesday, chest day, Monday, chest day. It is Monday, chest day. Well, it's Tuesday here, back day. Is that the paper champ 38-year-old virgin still coping about 50-45? Is that paper champ 38-year-old virgin still coping about getting 50-45'd? Is that paper champ 38-year-old virgin still coping about? Who are you talking about, K-Dot? I have no idea who you're talking about. Sorry, brother. How long will Islam last at welterweight? One fight. JDM will push him back and it's over. Alex is paying $3 and I can see him getting even more value. People don't... Oh, well, you just want... I thought you were doing 2 comments about Pereira there in outro. Alex is paying $3. I can see him getting even more value. Yeah, if people start to put more and more money in a Magomed Ankalaev parlay, yeah, absolutely, for sure. People don't know Merab is fighting because Dana is failing to promote his primary investment, Merab Dvalishvili, his primary investment, or the UFC, because Dana White is just so busy doing boxing this week. October was going to be a banger, and then we lost both Fight Night main events. I know. It's been a real shit end of the year for the UFC. It was meant to be fucking great, but what are we going to do? I remember when, out of nowhere, the narrative went from Merab will destroy O'Malley again to a bunch of people, including you and Guru, saying O'Malley by KO. Yeah. I mean, again, I stand by it, dude. The first fight was a very close fight. The first fight was. You know I went back and rewatched that first round with you, Toad. I originally scored that first round to Merab, and then afterwards I scored the first round again to O'Malley, and then we went back and watched it a third time, and I ended up giving it back to Merab. But we were literally talking about, like, one exchange. I think it came down to one combination at the end of the first round that ended up swinging it to Merab. So it was a very, very close fight. I mean, we were talking about a minute sequence of round one that ended up giving the round to Merab. How are you, Alpeg? I hope you're good, man. So even if JDM loses, he'll still be top 3. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, JDM, once you win a belt, yeah, that's you're in the... I mean, once you win a belt, you're like Brian Ortega or Yair Rodriguez or Josh Emmett. You're just in the top 10 for fucking ever, no matter how many times you lose. For my ad blocker use it. Well, thank you, Alpeg. Thank you for the $2, man. I really appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. Hot take, Alex sleeps Ank this time. There you go, Toad. Someone believes. I hope so, Alpeg. By the way, Toad, I'm going to be picking Magomed Ankalaev, but I do want Sharma to win. Sean halfway to washed, I think. Still young, though. He can make a decent comeback for sure. Maybe bulk up some. I want to see him win again. I don't know if Sean O'Malley is... What's up, Cayman? Good to see you, dude. I don't know if Sean O'Malley is halfway to washed. Like, was Sean O'Malley ever truly a top 3... bantamweight? You know? He got an eye poke into the top 10. That fight never should have been called a Sean O'Malley win against Alex Perez, was it? And that catapulted him into the top 10. That should have been a no contest. Then he gets the Merab fight. The Merab fight is iffy. That puts him into the top 5. Then he gets I'm not going to say it was a fluke win over Aljamain Sterling, because it was Aljamain Sterling choosing a dumb game plan. Aljamain Sterling was trying to win over some fans the way that Usman had won over fans by switching it up to striking. So well done, O'Malley. Got Aljamain Sterling right when Aljamain Sterling was feeling dumb. But Sean O'Malley never really proved himself as a top 5 fighter like Jamal Hill. So yeah, I don't know if you can say Sean is halfway washed because we never really saw peak Sean O'Malley. I can see your blood pressure spiking. It is today. It is Justin Kennedy. I'm not in the mood for all the rage baiting bullshit. Sandhagen looked like he could have beaten Umar if he had just thrown more strikes instead of spending the whole fight defending. Sandhagen looked like he could have beaten Umar if he had just thrown more strikes instead of spending the whole fight defending take. But that's always the problem, Mr. C. When it comes to the striker versus the wrestler, like the striker spends so much time worrying about the takedown defense. You know what I mean? We got to do a JDM and Bilal rewatch. We do. I'm happy to do one. Yeah, we do. We do have to do one. Yeah. It's been a while since I watched it. Yeah. Sandhagen is built like a soybean, though. He is. He is. So is O'Malley, though, as well. Who could legitimately hurt Merab with the strikes? Ooh. I think O'Malley and Song Yadong could if they sat on their punches. Yeah. Sandhagen's best bet is to chase leg locks when Merab takes him down. Don't chase going balls to the wall defending as hard as you can. Then on the feet, do your thing. I agree, but don't spend too much time chasing the leg locks. Like, chase the leg lock, but if an opening to pop up back onto your feet arises, use it. Get back onto your feet. Don't spend a whole lot of time in bottom position. I saw something about the Bilal stats against JDM. He actually attempted an average number of takedowns per fight. I'm sure he did, Alpeg, but I think it's because there were rounds where he spammed it. Like, he spammed the takedown in 3. He spammed the takedown in 4. But early in the fight, he spammed the takedown in 2, excuse me. He spammed the takedown in 2, and he spammed the takedown in 4. But early in the fight, in rounds 1 and 3, you can see he did fuck all. He did fuck all. So maybe as the fight played out, it averaged a normal amount of Bilal takedowns. But the fight sort of came in ebbs and flows. And you can see, right? 3 in round 4 and 2 in round 5. His takedowns accumulated towards the end of the fight. And as JDM is getting more tired, he gets 1 of 3. Whereas in the second round, he doesn't land any out of 3 of them. And in the 5th round, he gets 2 of 2. He gets 100% of his takedowns. And he spends a minute on top in control time. In the first couple of rounds, he doesn't do that at all. While JDM is still fresh, JDM is able to keep him away with the striking, but not just the striking. In round 2, JDM is able to keep him away with the takedown defense. He's able to Craig Jones max. So yeah, it's just a weird sort of tale of the fight. You know, a little bit of JDM getting tired, a little bit of Bilal getting desperate. It's a weird sort of tale of the fight, right? Sandhagen's 1 rep bench max is 30 kilos. A bag of plaster. A bag of plaster. How is it rage baiting to tell you made it sound like shit? Serious question. Because I turned on my own earpiece and it sounds fine. And then I turned on the YouTube stream on a private browser and shared the noise coming out of my earpiece. And it sounds totally fine. Because it sounds fine. I checked it. I listened to you. I trusted you. And I checked it. And then I played it back to you guys, and it sounds perfectly fine. And you guys are still saying it sounds like shit. And we wasted time fucking around, even though I played it back to you. How is that not rage-inducing? It did sound awful. What was it? Am I meant to catch a fucking wave in the soundbar or something while I'm moving up and down on the scroller? I mean, I'm playing it back to you guys through. You're listening to the echoing of it playing back, and it sounds fine. I haven't touched it since I adjusted it once, and it still sounds fine. You guys said it was quiet. I turned it up, and then you were saying it was glitching out, and it just wasn't. This is what I am hearing. This is what I am hearing. That sounds fine to me. This is what I am hearing. That sounds fine to me. This is what I am hearing. That sounds fine to me. This is what I am hearing. That sounds fine to me. How is that not rage-inducing? It's funny when the best rage bait is people not even trying to rage bait. But that's like, if Nacho is being serious, then Nacho is being serious. But that is why. It's not glitching or anything, but I think okay, alright, anyway, let's move on. That is why. Imagine if Dougie went to pro wrestling event was rage bait by his chat. Shut the fuck up. Just open the stream in your phone. It's Sounded fucked on my headphones? Okay. Sounds shit.
Fucked on my headphones? Okay.
And now it sounds shit in my car.
And now it sounds shit in my car.
It sounds fine on my phone, Nacho.
It sounds fine on my phone, Nacho.
It's got to be on your end, dude.
It's got to be on your end, dude.
It honestly, listen, this is what I'm getting. It sounds fine.
Honestly, listen, this is what I'm getting. It sounds fine. Honestly, listen, this is what I'm getting. It sounds fine. Honestly, listen, this is what I'm getting. It sounds fine.
Now we're just echoing, obviously, because we're playing the voice again and again and again. But Nacho, it must be on your... Yeah, it's... This is... But I specifically asked Nacho and Eric because I trust them. And then Nacho saying it sounds cooked when it sounds fine. It's annoying. It's annoying. It's all good, Nacho. It must be on your end. It's a mistake. It's alright. Fair play. It's a mistake. All good. But I asked the two people in chat that I trust. You asked me and then ignore me. Well, because I'm getting separate feedback from people and it's... let's move on, okay? It must be on Nacho's end. It's because you started talking quieter when you test it. Maybe when I'm screaming at red lines a little bit. I don't know what to tell you. What do I do to join the Secret Society chat? Be here every single day. Be here every single day and contribute to the chat. Let's move on. Let's move on. Right, let me go back to reading everyone else's chats. Boxing is rigged. Some of the Tyson fights, he literally hits air. Sports entertainment give these motherfuckers... Boxing is rigged. Some of the Tyson fights, he literally hits air. Sports entertainment give these motherfuckers loopholes. Yeah, boxing can be... I think some boxing fights are rigged. Yeah, for sure. Dana is pulling the ultimate disrespect on Volkov, making him fight Almeida in the same card Garn fights for the belt undeservingly. Maybe Hunter Campbell set it up for Volkov to be the backup fighter in case Garn pulls out. Or in case Tom gets injured. That could be what's going on there, Jim. Maybe he could be giving him the backup fight. If Sharma wins, does he stay at light heavyweight or does he go up to lose to Aspinall right away? I think he goes up to lose to Aspinall right away, Eric. Oh, the music. There we go. Where am I up to? I would actually pick Hamzat over Magomed Ankalaev. Ooh, I'd pick Magomed Ankalaev. Yeah, I'd pick Magomed Ankalaev. Impression of Hunter Campbell rustling up a bunch of unranked middleweights and saying, all right, guys, who wants Mini and Ngannou? 3 days notice. Come on. Who wants it, guys? I'll give you a title shot. Come on. I promise a title shot. Song's got nasty power. He does. He does have nasty power. The 2 ground and pound strikes are just funny as hell on what were we looking at? The Bilal stats. Was that what we were looking at there, Mitch? Hello, Dougie. Finally, you're milking JDM. You have to milk JDM, mate. You absolutely have to. As much as I hate the surname Merchant, I think he still has the best chance to beat Marab. As much as I hate the surname Merchant. Oh, Umar. Yeah, he probably does. He probably does. Getting Dougie to talk about JDM versus Bilal is like when you try and distract the teacher by talking about their personal life. What do you mean? That's an MMA fight. This is an MMA stream. If JDM's fighting Umar, he would have defended the takedowns and throws combos at high. Yes, true. He would have. JDM would have destroyed Umar. Dougie, have you explored a cornhole? I don't know what a cornhole is. Again, I'm nervous for Sugar being paired with a Song Yadong. We should be, because again, Sean O'Malley's never really been properly tested inside of the top 10. JDM versus Islam. Shavkat versus Bilal with Brady waiting for the title winner, or does Brady fight Usman? JDM versus Islam. JDM's going to win. Shavkat versus Bilal. I don't know if Bilal takes that. Should be Shavkat versus Brady. But yeah, go on. Shavkat versus Bilal. I'd like to see Bilal versus Usman. And Brady waiting for the title winner, or does Brady fight Usman? Yeah, either way, I like it. Brady versus Usman. I like that. That's a good one. It did sound awful at one point. Okay, fair enough. Oh no, now my fucking headphones are dying. Trust is broken with Nacho. Give me your rent. I don't know. Maybe we're miscommunicating something. I rolled my ankle in a 3-mile run. I finished my run. The beast came in. Well done for getting through it. Mike sounded great once he turned it up. Thank you, Mr. C. It sounded fine the entire time to me. Okay. All right. Dougie, brother, I'm begging you, stop interacting with them. They're going to keep doing this. I know, Davidson Figueiredo, but I do trust them. That's my fault. I had to put my volume down all the way because you're still pretty loud. There you go. Bro, what's up, Richard F? How are you, man? Not glitching or anything, but I think it's the bot. Okay. Dougie is going schizo. Yep. Imagine if Dougie went to ProRes. Just open up the stream on your phone. Did that. Sounded fucked to my headphones. We did that. Dougie is the guy to stop promoting himself on the Jerusalem Discord. Dougie the type of guy to stop promoting himself on the Jerusalem Discord. No, I was kicked out of the Jerusalem Discord. I was booted from the Jerusalem Discord. Unceremoniously. They didn't even tell me to stop spamming. I didn't even spam it. I thought people in the Jerusalem Discord wanted live streams. I thought they liked the MMA Guru because he went live all the time. So I put my live streams in there. I didn't bother putting my videos in there. I just put my live streams in there. And then they kicked me out. Canadians invented the volume button. There you go. Have you watched Kingdom of Heaven? No, I haven't. King Baldwin is just Pereira maxing the whole movie. Is that the bloke in the steel mask that just does this? Is that the one? Is that King Baldwin? Can you sing Feeling It Coming in the Air Tonight by Phil Collins while listening to yourself? On the audio loop? Why the fuck not? What do we did that one? Nacho using Mexican headphones. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm yelling too much. I don't know, but it did sound alright to me. Next time you do a vertical stream, get a watermelon and pack 1,000 rubber bands. Each dollar donated gets one more rubber band around the watermelon until it explodes all over your shit PC. All over the Aftershock shitty PC. Good idea, Eric. Good idea. Good idea, Mr. C. Very good idea. Khalil is so cooked at the press conference, Ankalaev is going to roast the fuck out of him. Oh, I know. And then Khalil's going to be crying about it. I just don't like the shit talking. Even though Magomed Ankalaev talks fuck all shit. Jones mocking Reyes is fucking retarded. The fuck out he lost makes you look even worse. I did see Guru's video, Alpeg, and yeah, I mean it is true. Like Jones's entire second light heavyweight run is fucking embarrassing. And what I hate about it is that people always leave out the OSP as well. The OSP decision. OSP broke his hand in the very first round, and John Jones still took him to a fucking decision. OSP is dog shit. Was dog shit, is dog shit, always been dog shit. Like, he took OSP to a decision. He got beat by Dominic Reyes on the scorecards. Thiago Santos broke everything in his kneecap in the second round or the first round. And then Anthony Smith. It's horrible. Jailto Almeida is a dumbass. Instead of fighting at heavyweight, he should cut down. He would molest the ankle grabber. I don't know, dude. At heavyweight, he's easily a top 5. I don't know how he goes against Yuri. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think he's where he needs to be, man. Umar needs to focus on Bautista and forget about Merab for now. He does. He absolutely does. Bautista is no fool. Like, again, Bautista did very good against Cameron Simon's takedowns. So Umar needs to lock in. And Umar's not even the type of takedown master Dagestani. Umar's more of a Taekwondo guy. So, yeah, he needs to fucking lock in because Taekwondo likes a lot of range and Bautista likes to get up close with some sharp boxing. So, have you seen the hilarious video of Bob Catter getting insanely butthurt over him being Lebanese and not that Australian? I have seen that. He wanted to punch the reporter that said it. Are we just forgetting the Cheeto fight? O'Malley 50-45, that boy. Cheeto shouldn't have been fighting for the title, K-Dot. That sucks. The Discord is full of auto. It's all good. I don't mind. It's all good, but that's why I don't post in that Discord anymore. I was kicked out of it. I just woke up one morning and I was kicked out of it. I don't even want to imagine how gay that Discord must be. It's pretty gay. It's pretty gay. He just got bullied hard as a kid being called the Lebanese loser or something because it really gets under his skin. Oh, Bob Cater. Yeah, he wants to be known as like an Aussie farmer, but he's Lebanese, you know. Like Nick Fuentes, you know. He's all American first, but you're Mexican. You're an immigrant. We love King Baldwin. We do love King Baldwin. This should be my response to rage bait. Enough. You want to know a troll over the found? Your face did make me laugh. I know. That's why I was sincerely listening to you, Nacho. Because I didn't think you were trolling. But every time I listen back to it, it sounds fine to me. I don't know what to... What do we do? What do we do? You say it's too loud. The rest of the chat says it's fine. It sounds fine to me. What do we do? Put your top on? Stop it. There's an asterisk to almost every John Jones win. In his second run at light heavyweight is embarrassing. Guru video really put his opponent's sides into perspective. It did. And Guru kind of has a point there. Like, all those guys were sort of middleweight fighters. So you could tear apart his first run. I don't tear apart John Jones's first run. I respect John Jones's first run. But his second run is embarrassing. And Guru always leaves out the OSP. Every time he's tearing down John Jones's career. I should message Guru that. To not forget that next time he tears down John Jones's career. Yeah. He always forgets OSP had a broken hand in the first round. Guru's Red, we did that one. What's up? What's up, Girthmog? How are you? My name is Dougie. I make MMA content all the bloody time. If you like Guru, Lucas Tracy, bedtime MMA, that kind of stuff, subscribe to my channel. If you're not that interested in MMA, probably not the channel for you, Girthmog. Welcome. I think Santos went into that fight with a broken leg. I think Jones kicked him. I can't remember. I don't remember with the TR. I think Jones did the oblique stomp and blew his knee out. Those guys were so fucking small. They really were, man. Guru was going in circles in that video. I missed a few things, but his point was valid. Yeah, because I don't think Guru scripts. I think Guru just goes off the cuff, where I do a couple of dot points and then go off the cuff. Dougie, and if you hate MMA Joey, exactly. Subscribe if you like MMA Joey and Rigo. No, stop it. Subscribe if you like men. Stop it. Dougie has the best streams with the worst mic. The mic sounds fine. Shut the fuck up. Advanced audio properties, microphone, monitor and output. I'll listen to myself again. I'll try and get used to hearing myself and doing the stream at the same time. Dougie, one question. What the fuck is Corey Sandhagen doing in bantamweight? Dude is 5'11". It's been his whole career. He's a dead man walking. We need him in featherweight or lightweight. He will probably move up after this is done, Nitro. The thing like that happens with these guys like maybe Max Holloway and Renato Moicano, when they start to build momentum in the division that they're in, I can see why people talk so slowly on podcasts now, when you can hear yourself in the ear. When they start to build momentum in the division that they're in, they don't want to just bounce to a new division and have to start again. Especially when that division has already got so much storyline and deserving contenders going on right now. Like Lopez is rebuilding. Lerone Murphy is right there. Movsar Evloev is right there as well. So to Sandhagen, he'd have to push himself in. And look how much work it's taking for Aljamain Sterling pushing himself in as well. It's not good. It sounds fine. It sounds fine, guys. If Aspinall doesn't beat Garn in 30 seconds, John Jones will talk shit. Yes, I hate that. And I agree. Yeah. I don't respect him because he's... Okay, they're all right. If John Jones' second reign really disappointing, yes, it is. Yeah, he 50-45 to OSP. OSP had a broken hand in the very first round. That he should have finished him. OSP is dog shit. He 50-43'd Smith, who's just a cockroach. He should have finished Smith. Smith is there to be finished. 48-47 over Santos when he didn't shoot a single takedown. Santos didn't have any knees. Santos's knee was destroyed. Yeah, it is bad. It's bad. Yeah, K-Dot, it is. When I was watching Jones on the come up, all I wanted for him was to not have the size advantage over someone. First time he didn't was Gustafsson, and he really fucking struggled. Yeah, that's John Jones's career, like totally summed up. You're nothing like bedtime, you're a lot better. Oh, thank you, Eric. I appreciate that, mate. Dougie's in a car salmon coming every time it comes out. There's a new chatter. That's right. Yeah, you have to. Santos pivoted really hard on the calf kick. Jones pulled back. Knee went pop. Jones blew out the other knee. Oh, so Santos have two fuck... Let's check this. Let us check this again, brother. Thiago Santos knee injury. John Jones. Let's see. Was it one knee or two fucking knees? What caused the knee injury? During the split decision loss to John Jones, Thiago Santos suffered a severe left knee. Yeah, okay. So it was just the one knee. So you're saying he went in with both knees that were fucked? So you're saying he went in and the right knee was fucked, and then during the fight he blew out the left knee, so he ended up having two fucked knees? Is that what you're saying, K-Dot? W stream, thank you, Mitch. Thank you. I'm yelling. I'm trying to hear it. I'm trying to hear the microphone while I yell. That sounds fun. It's on your end, Nacho. Fuck John, how long is Ank champ if he beats Alex? Fuck John, how long is Ank champ? Ank's not unbeatable. Like, remember, Jan Blachowicz took him to a draw. So I think Yuri Prohaska could probably beat Ank. Yeah, I think Yuri Prohaska could beat him. Allberg's also very interesting. Ank is not like Hamzat or Marab, where they're just these unbeatable figures. No, I think Ank is absolutely beatable. Dougie's biggest motivation for his comeback story to run the land of Tasmania is just him waking up and getting horrifically banned from MMA Guru's Discord. I was just surprised because they always bitched about how Guru doesn't stream anymore. And every day I was like, here's a stream. Here's an MMA stream. And they banned me. And I was like, all right. I'm straight. I have relationships with women and sex with... Okay. Dougie, you should buy one of those toy microphones for the next stream just to troll the chat. I should, Jim. Fuck it. Hot take, Holloway would have beaten Islam and Charles if you really think about it. Holloway would have beaten Islam and Charles? Oh, that is a hot take, K-Dot. I disagree with that one. Never again will I be taken for a fool like that again, and now everyone will rue the day they banned. That's right. When you're in the Jerusalem Discord, let them know they banned me and it is on them. Dougie skipping all my comments. I wasn't skipping your comments, Nacho. I read your comment. Subscribe if you like MMA Joey and Rigo. I laughed that one off. Bob Carter punches blokes in the mouth for less. I did ignore that one. I'm sorry, mate. I did ignore this one too. Sorry, Nacho. You know what? I have been. Sorry, mate. I rewatched John Jones versus Reyes. I don't think you can call it a robbery. I scored the first 3 for Reyes, but I can see how people gave John the second. Yeah, I guess I need to go back and rewatch it, right? Because yesterday, I'm Extremely Asian was trying to ask me which rounds I thought he had won, and I couldn't remember. So I need to go back and watch it. To remind myself. Dougie sells used Toyota Hiluxes. I did once sell a used Toyota Hilux. Watching the stream vertically. There you go, Tracy. Based. People forget, man, I watched Thiago Santos versus John Jones live. I thought Santos won. I thought so too. Now, to be fair, that was, early in my MMA career, and I did watch that one at the pub, so I was absolutely drunk. But I remember when I was at the pub watching it, a lot of people in that room thought that John Jones lost that fight. A lot of people, man. He rejected the sexual advances and he hates me for it. I don't hate either of you. I don't hate either you or Eric, mate. Either of you. I can hear it, but my name is Matt. I can't hear it, but my name is Matt Hamill. Stop it. Now he was never seen again. RFP the boss. I am DJ Ada. We are DJ Ada. We are Charlie Kirk. Jones wanted to show off his striking it. That is such cope. Such cope. Jones wanted to show off his striking against Santos, which is why he didn't shoot a single takedown. There's lots of tape on Santos getting taken down by guys like Eric Anders, which sounds very cope. Well, K-Dot, I'm happy that you immediately see it. Like, yeah, dude, that is cope. It's cope, brother. You're coping, brother. You're coping. How do you see Holloway against Islam or Khabib? Holloway will get taken down by Khabib, I reckon, pretty easily. Islam's an interesting one. I think they go to war. Again, this is the problem with Islam, isn't it? Like, your instincts say that Islam just obviously wins that fight. But Holloway's a lot rangier than Dustin Poirier. And Islam had most of the striking damage in the clinch. And Holloway doesn't really let you play in the clinch, you know? Holloway's very long, flowy boxing. Dustin closes the boxing. Dustin's a lot shorter range than Max Holloway. Which means Islam's got to be the one to close the range. Which is what Holloway likes. Yeah. How the fuck does Yuri beat Ank? The Kung Fu Panda shit ain't gonna work against Soviet boxing. It might, actually, 927 Gunner. It might. Because, again, when you're moving forward against Magomed Ankalaev, he does not love it. That's when the smush comes out. which Jan Blachowicz proved to us. It's a very real thing. I know, Nacho, I'm sorry. But I'm a huge DC fan. I just can't imagine him taking DC down and not Santos. I'm sure he could have taken Santos down, but he did. What do you want me to say, K-Dot? He didn't take Santos down. He took a man with no kneecaps to a decision. He's meant to be the GOAT of the sport. He was running away from Stipe Miocic's boxing. He literally was. I gotta find that video and save it. But there's this video on Twitter that is just clipped up moments of the fight, and it's John Jones running away from Stipe's boxing. Like, this is meant to be the greatest fighter of all time. You got broken-handed OSP, broken kneecap Thiago Santos, Anthony fucking Smith. You can't finish any of them. You know? Santos took Kevin Holland to a decision. Kevin Holland could have beaten John Jones. I don't know about that, mate. Ank's grappling is overrated. It is. It's not really takedowns. It's more cage smush. It's more Batista against Aldo, that kind of thing. I know it sounds very copy, but it's definitely not cope, even though I'm coping right now. It is a bit copy, isn't it? Let's go for that. Do you think Holloway had better takedown defense than McGregor, Dustin, and Justin? You don't think Holloway has better takedown defense than McGregor, Dustin, and Justin? He does. He does. Max Holloway's got a really fucking good takedown defense. Yeah, he does. He does. He does. It's an interesting question, Eric. I'm not fobbing it off. It's an interesting question. Yeah, the Holloway one's interesting. John Jones fought to lose in the... John Jones fought not to lose in the later fights. Yeah, I can agree with that, a bit of that. You can't put Volk above Islam on the GOAT list when he beat him twice. It is what it is, brother. It is what it is. I don't count the second win. You know this. And I do put Volk above Islam. I simply do. And that's why I spent so much of 2024 making videos and saying this again and again and again and again. We needed the Arman Sarukian fight. We needed it. We need it for Islam's legacy. Because yes, Islam beat Volk once. But the legacy that Volk has is better than Islam Makhachev's legacy, and therefore he's higher on the GOAT list. Because the GOAT list isn't just a skill for skill list, it's a legacy list, as well as a skill for skill list. Like... what's a good example? Who's on the GOAT list? Mighty Mouse is on the GOAT list. There's a very good argument that Merab would beat Mighty Mouse. If Merab had beaten Mighty Mouse, that doesn't take away everything that Mighty Mouse has done. You know? Yeah. Poll of Holloway beats Khabib. Oh, I don't think many people... Alright, I will, but I don't think that's going to be... At lightweight? Yeah, for the poll question, it's at lightweight. It's at lightweight. Well, I can't edit it now, but yeah, at lightweight. At lightweight. That's cap. You just want a new light heavyweight champion? That's not cap. No, it's not at all, mate. It's not cap at all. No. Magomed, think about all of Magomed's most dominant fights. It's when people are running away from him. It's when people are running away from him. Yuri won't run away from him. Yuri's too dumb. Yuri's too dumb to run away from him, Gunner. Yuri will march forward. You know, like, it's very similar to the Alexander Rakic fight. Alexander Rakic is landing on Yuri, hurting him, putting damage on him, and Yuri's still just like, fuck it, I'll keep moving forward. They literally fought each other twice, 0 maths required to see who's better. That's it, I've had enough. I want Holloway and Sandhagen at lightweight. Yes, let's do it, Nitro. Sandhagen all the way up to lightweight. Volk won the first fight. I can say that because I want to. Don't start Tim maxing. Why isn't my chat moving now? My chat's not moving now. I can see chat's on the live one, but not on this one. Here we go. Chat's alive again. Dribbled the baddie's head off the canvas and made him have a mental breakdown at the post-fight presser. He did do that, but that fight doesn't count. That's a no contest. Volk was off the couch on 11 days notice. That's a no contest. Nacho is the race trader. Nacho has been rage baiting all strap. My microphone sounded perfect the entire time. Nacho's in a rage baiting mood. I know what's going on. Nacho's upset that I've finally overtaken him in the top 10. And now Nacho is raging out, and he's committed to destroying the stream and all of his goodwill. Nacho's going back to 2024 Nacho, the kind of Nacho that used to always argue with me. We're going back to original flavored Nacho now. Volk beat guys he was supposed to lose against. Who was he supposed to lose against? Maybe Aljo? And maybe Ortega? That's about it, right? Didn't Yuri just graduate university? He did. He did. Douglas, would you ever eat a live frog? No. Islam is not only taller, he's also bigger and heavier than Volk. A 5'11 Volk would rim Islam so bad, Khabib would change religion. A 5'11 Volk would rim Islam so bad. Okay. I remember the Ank versus Rakic fight being close. Rakic dropped the ball with his activity in the later round. Yeah, exactly. There's that too, right? Ank versus I forgot about that as well. Yeah, it was the later rounds that Rakic let it go. Yeah. But so that's the thing. Like, I'm not trying to sound like a fucking Muslim hater here. Hamzat Chimaev is super dominant. Super fucking dominant. Merab is super dominant. Even though Merab's not Muslim, he's still from the Caucasus. He's super dominant. Magomed Ankalaev isn't this like unstoppable beast up at light heavyweight. You know, he's been pressed. He's been pressed before. The poll's relevant every time it's 50-50. It's interesting. I thought it would be 100% Khabib or 70% Khabib or 80% Khabib. It's interesting. Quick 1-2 to the back of the head from Joe Pfeiffer. Oh no, I'm dead, Nedpool. I'm dead. When will we see Sugar versus Corey? A dream fight for me. The UFC are saving that one. They're just saving that one. If Corey Sandhagen... Well... This is interesting now. If Corey beats Merab, does Merab get an immediate rematch? He absolutely deserves it. They've given immediate rematches to guys with less title defenses. And Merab has become a bit of a fan favorite. People like Merab now. He's got a bit of a fan base around him now. So, you know, if this was at the start of Merab's title run, and what I mean by the start of Merab's title run, I mean... If it had been the fanfare that Merab had at the start of his title run, where people didn't really like him that much, I would say no chance. Even if he had 4 defenses, they didn't give Aljo an immediate rematch, and Aljo absolutely deserved an immediate rematch. But now that Merab is kind of popular, you know? He's kind of popular. It's interesting. Do they give Merab an immediate rematch? When we said we just did that one. I don't know, you would eat anything, you golden gay time, but that would be cannibalism to do that to a fellow frog. Thanks, Christian Grey. I'm coming for Nacho's ranking. That's what he's upset about. That's why it's turned Nacho against the chat today. Nacho is the accusation. Yeah, that's right. We're all feeling it. The win is so fake that everyone completely forgot that Volk rematched Islam. Exactly right, Mitch. It doesn't count. I would never commit cannibalism. Exactly. Ank doesn't have dominant wins finishes over top guys. 48-47 over Pereira. Draw versus Yarn. 29-28 over Rakic. He's just 205 Strickland with power. Yeah, I could say that. Yeah, a little bit. Not quite so, but Strickland-esque. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. It's not like he's unbeatable. He's not unbeatable. What about a cooked over the fire frog? Like on Shrek 1, that looked banging. I would eat a cooked over the fire frog. If someone became a new mod, Nacho will get banned. No, he won't. No, he won't. Ank versus Rakic was one of the worst fights I remember watching. It was one of the worst fights I remember watching in the last few years. Nacho's in a bad mood today, man. And we know why now, chat. We know why. I sound like a Muslim hater because I am one. Fair enough. I really like the Holloway versus Khabib Islam idea. I honestly think he is special and would have done great against them. I mean, it's not over yet, Eric. Holloway is 33. Holloway is in the top 5 of lightweight. Holloway beat Dustin Poirier. It's not over yet. And what is Max Holloway's takedown defense again? It's crazy, isn't it? Isn't Max Holloway's takedown defense something like 78% or something? Max Holloway stats. I'm pretty sure he's got some insane takedown defense. Yeah, oh my god, it's even better than I remember. Max Holloway's takedown defense is 83%. He's fucking good. And the last time, I'm not going to count the Renato Moicano fight, but the last time we saw Islam, Dustin Poirier stats. Islam versus Dustin stats. He couldn't land takedowns. Yeah, look at how much Islam is missing takedowns against Dustin Poirier. Round 2 doesn't land 3 takedowns. Round 4 doesn't land 5 takedowns. Round 5 doesn't land 3 takedowns. Gets fuck all control time. Dustin shat the bed in the first round. Fair enough. Dustin shat the bed in the first round, but after Dustin got his shit together, the takedowns fucking stops. So you've got Max Holloway with an 83% takedown defense going against an Islam Makhachev who is really struggling to get takedowns against a 35-year-old no-hip having Dustin Poirier. It's actually an interesting argument. It's a very interesting argument. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I'm happy I heard you guys out on this one. It's a fucking interesting argument, isn't it? When you look at it. Jeez, how does Max go against Islam Makhachev? Obviously, all the Dagestani riders are going to say, Inshallah, brother, but... Fuck, that's a good one. You guys did good on that one. It is interesting. It's fucking interesting, isn't it? It's bloody interesting, isn't it? Where are we up to? I really like the Holloway. Yeah, well, that was what we were up to. We were just up to that. That's what we were up to. You see, there are no talks about how Magomed is close to GOAT status. Losing to Paul Craig will do that to you. Well, no, because also Magomed just got there. Had it not been Ilya moving up, I would have loved to see Islam versus... Well, it's not over yet, Eric. I mean, I just said that. We ain't running back Corey Marab. Peter Yan is taking the throne. Yes, Mitch. That's what we're talking about. Just thinking Yuri doesn't have the style to do it. I just can't unsee the head kick Alex landed on Ank will do better. Like when is Ankalaev landing head kicks though? 927 gunner. That ain't Magomed Ankalaev. Magomed Ankalaev is boxing and low kicks. Yeah, no, Eric, I'm with you. I'm feeling it. Again, a probably bulked up Holloway with 1 or 2 fights is already in the division. No, I agree. Hamzat should get no credit for his Usman win if Islam doesn't get full credit for the second Volk win. Well, I do play down Hamzat's Usman win. I do all the time. Yeah, Nacho, I agree. I do all the time. You know, I constantly talk about how it's embarrassing that Hamzat Chimaev took Kamaru Usman off 11 days' notice with a popped-out knee the day before on the training mats against Justin Gaethje to a draw. I say that all the time. You've heard me say that 1,000 times. Yep. Dana would give a title shot to the Rainbow Head Freako. I agree, not the Amber. I think that's what will happen. Aljo's entire title reign was made on paper. It wasn't. The Henry Cejudo one's legit. The second Piotr Jan fight's legit. No, 50% of his title reign is on paper, yeah. I'm heading off, Dougie. I'm fucked up after the zoo today. Have a good one, Jim. You have a good night, man. I hope you had a wonderful day with the family, dude. Yeah. Hamzat gets no credit for beating off an off-the-couch Lisman 11 days notice. Yeah, yep. It's true. Why are you making up false scenarios in your head? No one gives Hamzat credit for that win. It's true. Yep. Aldo had the best takedown defense. Aldo had really, really good takedown defense. He did, yep. Who has the highest takedown percentage, by the way? I'm not sure. I don't know. Aldo was the boss of takedown defense. He was, yeah. Yeah, he was. Islam struggled against a no-hip Dustin Poirier. I know, Eric. I know it's an easy... Holloway eats Islam. I know it's an interesting fight, isn't it? It's a really interesting fight. And again, when Islam was facing a head-to-head grappler, you know, the Islam Makhachev Arman Sarukian fight, that first fight is close as fuck. It's close as fuck. This is the problem with Islam. This is why... I was begging the MMA gods all year last year. We need Islam versus Arman. We need it. Because that was such a close fight the first time. And Arman's the one that really can test Islam in all the areas. The pro grappler. But instead, we got Volk off the couch, old Dustin Poirier, and Renato Moicano. You can't put him. That's the thing. That's why I've literally made a video specifically about this. You can't put Islam Makhachev up there with Mighty Mouse and GSP and John Jones and Alexander Volkanovski off the bounces that he had. And it's not his fault, but it's just the bounces that he had. The JDM fight is so important to Islam Makhachev. So important. And I bet Jack's takedown defense stats are fucked from early on in his career. Jack Della Maddalena. I bet his takedown defense stats are fucked. Because early in his career, Jack's takedown defense was dog shit. That's not bad. It's good. Definitely gotten better. It's not bad. 70% for Jack Della Maddalena. What's Islam's accuracy? What's Islam's Makhachev's takedown accuracy? Pretty fucking good. Well, I don't know if 50% is pretty fucking good, actually. But it's also, is he throwing them all the time to land them, or is he throwing them to make you think about them? You know what I mean? That's the problem with takedown accuracy. Is he throwing them to land them, or just to get you to drop your hands so you think about them? That's the question. Because he's throwing them all the time. Max Islam is interesting. Max Khabib is just another... Max Islam is interesting. Max Khabib is just another Khabib fest, I reckon. Well, again, Khabib was having trouble with Conor a little bit, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Islam KO'd the guy who beat Max 3 times. Islam KO'd Volk, the guy who beat Max 3 times. You are rage baiting now, Nacho. You are rage baiting. Dude, it's better than Marab's. What's that? Max Holloway's takedown defense? I brought this up before, but now K-Dot brings it up. You actually gave it some thought. I gave you the credit, Eric. I said, Eric, it's an interesting conversation. I was literally talking directly to you, Eric. Chill, bruh. Remember that Paul Craig is a better resume than shit. Thanks, Justin Kennedy. Thanks for throwing that in again. Islam didn't KO Volk. His feet smashed so bad, Volk couldn't stand it. His feet smelled so bad, Volk couldn't stand the stench. Exactly. Exactly. Yuri glazing, I see. I don't mind it. We do glaze Yuri. Yeah, we do glaze Yuri a little bit. Hamzat should be stripped of his title at UFC 319. That was one of the worst fights in general. Not only a title fight. He should. He should. He broke the rules. He didn't advance the fight. Yes. Even then, Islam is the light heavyweight GOAT because of the Charles win. Is Islam Makhachev the light heavyweight GOAT? Yes, he is. Or is it Khabib? Or is it Khabib? It's probably Khabib. Because Khabib has got how many undefeated fights in the UFC? Plus Dustin and Gaethje in their prime. It's probably Khabib. And he didn't lose a single... He lost one round in the UFC as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 fights in the UFC. And he only lost one round out of 13 fights. Islam's been slept. And Islam's legacy at the top. I mean, you got Justin Gaethje in his prime. Dustin Poirier in his prime. Conor McGregor after coming off the... Conor McGregor... When Conor, like, this is before the Conor McGregor downfall. Conor looked good in that fight. Barbosa. Johnson, who's a vet. Rafael dos Anjos. It's probably Khabib. Khabib's record was farmed. I'm not talking that. I listened to the words that I'm saying. I'm saying in the UFC. I'm saying 13 fights. 13 fights in the UFC. He lost one round. He never bled. None of those count. They do count. They do. It's probably Khabib. Khabib is probably the lightweight GOAT. Dougie, why are you so angry today? Anything you don't like is rage baiting. You would like to share something with the group. It's a safe spot. I'm not angry today. I'm just... How is stating facts rage bait? What did you do? What did you say? Oh, the Islam KOing the guy that beat him 3 times. Because we've said it doesn't count. That's why. Because it doesn't count. The Islam Makhachev over Volk doesn't count. That's why. Where are we up to? That's why, Nacho. It doesn't count. Where am I up to? Islam is a light heavyweight goat. Yeah, I don't know if Islam is a light heavyweight goat, right? I don't know if he is. Khabib is ahead of Islam. I think Khabib is ahead of Islam. Literally, they weren't any fault. And then when he had the chance to strengthen his light heavyweight resume by fighting Ilya, he left the division. I know he fumbled a potential GOAT level resume. I know. Or at least fighting Arman first and then fighting either Jack or... Like, he has said he wanted to fight... After the Renato Moicano fight, he said he wanted to fight 2 more times in the UFC. He should have fought Arman or Ilya and then moved up to welterweight. His light heavyweight is ruined. Thank you, Nacho, for gifting a membership, brother. I appreciate it. And Mason got one, a regular. Good pull, Nacho. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much for gifting, man. I appreciate the $1.50. Thank you. 55.70, 45.70, 45.70. Shot him in the head. Man, sucks seeing Charles get subbed like that. He had all the tools to beat him, but that fucking fight IQ. Yeah, I know. JDM by murder? Hell yeah. Humshot's takedown accuracy is 55%. Oh, that seems surprisingly low. Since you lived in the dump of India, would you ever try living in an African village where Mungumbo was from? You get to be the king, by the way. No. Who wants to be the king in hell? Thank you, Nacho, for gifting yet another membership, brother. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate it a lot, man. Bad pull on that one. I have no idea who Quinn Lewis is, but thanks, Nacho. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Where am I up to? Seeing so, we did that one. We did that. How's Razor? We did that one. Since you live it, we did that one. Adriano Martinez owns Dagestan. Jason T-Bow owns Dagestan. Would you rather go to Makhachev's grandma's home for a family dinner or spend the weekend locked in Yuri's hotel room during fight week? Ooh. Islam Makhachev's grandma's house for a family dinner. I reckon it would be pretty good with me and the cousins. It'd be delicious. Whereas Yuri is going to show me something cool. Islam is not the light heavyweight goat. He never fought a light... Oh, not a light heavyweight. Right. No, the lightweight goat. Yes. No, it's that fucker. It's Khabib. Yep. It's Khabib. Dougie, why so angry? We did that one. Khabib all day. Islam was never my president. Stop. Islam was never my president. Habib's record was farmed. Again, we went over that. None of those count because I say so. If Islam wants true greatness, his next fight is the one to determine it. It is. So at least for Islam, he is going against someone that we are seeing as a real threat. And if Islam destroys JDM, we can't let the future generations forget about this, because they will. They'll talk about his light heavyweight run, and then they'll talk about how he just moved up and cherry-picked JDM, and JDM had no grappling. It's up to us, living through these times, to remind the young guns, Generation Alpha, when they come up watching this sport, that the fight before this fight, JDM had just shown phenomenal takedown defense against a wrestler in Bilal Muhammad. And JDM was coming into this fight with a near 70% takedown defense. Why do you keep saying light heavyweight? Because I'm retarded. You know this, boys. You know I've got severe dyslexia and I'm retarded. Tony going on to a 9-fight week streak after beating Salt Puppy. I can feel it. Hell yeah. It's all on for Tony Ferguson now, brother. Hell yeah. 11-fight win streak Oliveira is a better win than the entirety of Khabib's resume, and you add the Volk 1 win. Then you add the Volk 1 win. The 11-fight win streak Oliveira alone is better than the entirety of Khabib's resume, and then you add the Volk. Oh, so you're saying for Islam Makhachev to be the GOAT? I disagree. I hear your argument. I understand what you're saying, but I disagree. Khabib has been big brothering Islam since they were lads. He has been, and he has done it once again. Khabib needs to hang around more to be the GOAT. He just left too early. By far the most dominant, though. So I'm not saying Khabib is the GOAT. I'm saying Khabib is the GOAT of lightweight. Not light heavyweight, and not the entire UFC. But I mean, of lightweight, Khabib is the GOAT, right? You'd probably go Khabib, then Islam, then Oliveira, then Dustin, then BJ Penn, right? DDP's takedown defense is 34%. Fuck me, DDP. That is bad. I mean, DDP's coach being like, we're going to fix it in 12 weeks. 12 weeks, and we'll have all of this fixed, and then we can take the Hamzat Chimaev fight. You are not fixing that in 12 weeks, brother. Khabib would have lost to Arman and Gamrot. No one is... Don't give a fuck. No one is glazed that much fighting statistically easy matchups. Hell, I put Charles above Khabib. He has Khabib's best wins and finish them faster. Fair enough, Kato. I would still personally put Khabib ahead. Khabib would have... These are what ifs. These are what ifs. I mean, Dan Hooker beat Gamrot. You know? Charles nearly beat Gamrot. You could argue on impact of fight, Charles did beat Arman. You can say Khabib would have lost to them. Maybe. They're not undefeatable fighters. Yeah. Quinn is here every day. Ooh, I have no idea who Quinn is. Have you seen the film Young Einstein? I love the film Young Einstein. Loved it. It was a great movie. On top of that, he's got wins over Dariush. You're talking about Charles Oliveira here. Wins over Dariush, Stevens, Miller, Chandler, etc. Potentially Gamrot on the 11th. Potentially Gamrot, yep. Quinn Lewis will never come to Marbella. Come to Marbella, bro! Come to Marbella! Of course, he picks the option where it's acceptable to make love to your cust. So racist, you don't want to live with Harambe in the sand dunes. Your Gramps Bob Catter is going to punch you in the face. He probably will. He probably fucking would, that big hat-wearing bastard. People forget, man, Islam was a marauder at 205. Tell you what, light heavyweight Islam Makhachev, what a marauder. Dariush versus BSD, I don't know. I talked about it on yesterday's stream. I don't know. Was BSD in his low slump as an athlete that some fighters have when 36-year-old no collarbone having Renato Moicano just ran through him? Beneil Dariush just destroyed Moicano, and Beneil Dariush looked shit in that fight. Or as BSD turned it around. BSD just lost this fight. BSD versus Beneil Dariush. BSD just lost this fight. Grappling, old man, injured. BSD literally just lost this fight. But was BSD just having one of those down moments that fighters have, and now he's back up and the momentum started again? I don't know yet. Fat Islam, 205 Islam, he'd love it. DC Islam. Khabib just pulled a John Jones, except he's never going to come back after 3 years. He did, but GSP did the same thing, and we glorify him for that. Although GSP came back to defeat Bisping. But even then, GSP cherry-picked and waited until Bisping was the champ, and then he decided to jump in, you know. GSP was fucking nowhere to be seen when it was Tyron Woodley. I think Islam's resume is better than Khabib, but I can see why you think Khabib, but you're wrong, but that's okay. Fair enough. Well, I think Khabib's is better. He could have pulled a Jones and come back to win against fluke champ Leon Edwards. We saw what Brady did to him. Yeah, if Khabib was going to come back, that was his Bisping moment. He should have cherry-picked Leon Edwards. Although, it's easy to say that now. This is the thing. This is revisionist history, which is why I just said we've got to protect Islam Makhachev's legacy past this JDM fight. Because, Eric, you just made the same mistake. You just made the same mistake. Look what Brady did to him, which is true. But during Leon's title run, you were making a joke. Okay, fair enough. Because during Leon's title run, he took Usman down in the first round. He took Colby down in the first and the 5th round. He took Bilal down in the first round and finished on top in the 5th round of the Bilal fight. You know? So it's not as cherry-picked as it seems. But you were joking. Fair enough. Islam beat 3 champs in their prime. Islam beat 3 champs. Volk. Charles. Islam beat 3 champs in their prime. Volk. Charles. Who am I missing? 927 Gunner. Who am I missing? Volk, Charles, and who? Who am I missing? Are you talking about Dustin, the interim champ? Is that what you're going to slide in there? Dustin over BJ Penn? I was waiting for someone to flip out about that. Who would you choose to coach you out of Drickus' coach or Tim Welch? Ooh, fuck. They're both horrible options. probably Tim Welch, because I'm not going to win anyway. So I might... Either way, I'm not going to win. If it's Tim Welch and Drick as his coach, either way, I'm not going to win. But I'd rather not win and not get tasered for 6 weeks, 8 weeks. So, Tim Welch. We get it. You gave him a Blumpkin after trying a bunch of his whack hot sauce. But nah, he ain't above the Clone Destroyer. The Clone Destroyer. That's not my mom's ass. Look at it. Look at it. Can you explain the plot of Young Einstein in 1 sentence? Young man saves the world and beer. Oh, you don't know how hard it is. Dariush versus BSD prediction now. I don't know yet. Dariush could also just take the kid down and sub him. I know. I don't know yet. Having a major injury is the best base for MMA. It might be. Can we get a Jesus versus Allah in light heavyweight? No point. Jesus obviously wins. It's literally so hard to get a read on where BSD is using his last performance as a performance. Literally an enigma. I know, Nacho. This is what I'm saying. Like, is it the momentum? Is he shit? Were his opponents having the right... Like, was Moicano in his momentum? Was Dustin in his momentum? Like, was BSD affected from the staph infection on his forehead? BSD won the first round against Dustin. What do you fucking say about BSD? What do you say? What are you, BSD? Are you good? Are you shit? Is Lucas Tracy right? Is he wrong? What do you say? I don't know. He's such a mind fuck. And now they're literally the fucking UFC matchmakers. It's such good matchmaking from the UFC. The UFC have literally gone, why not do it again? Why not give him Moicano again? Give him Beneil Dariush. Let's try again. And now all of us, the people picking the fight, have to go, are we really going to pick the old guy twice in the year of the young? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to have to make a video about this. We're fucked. I'm going to have to make a video about why we are fucked. MMA fans are fucked. BSD versus Beneil Dariush, we are fucked. There's no way to pick this fight and make sense of it. There isn't. Unless your name is TJ Dillashaw. Having a major injury is... Oh, yes, unless your name is TJ Dillashaw. I'm surprised there wasn't a class action lawsuit against the UFC for that. BSD also lost his head coach going into the Moicano fight, from what I heard. Yeah, I think I did hear something like that as well, Eric. Yeah. BSD could have improved drastically, or Ruffy is just us, but we don't... There's so many variables going into it. It's a head fuck. He fought the 3 best lightweights in their prime. People ain't going to count the interim belt. He fought the 3 best lightweights in their prime. People aren't going to count the interim belt. Are you still talking about Islam? He fought Charles in his prime. I wouldn't say... Oh, was Dustin in his prime? Is 36-year-old Dustin Poirier with no hips in his prime? Or are you talking about Khabib when Dustin was in his prime? When Gaethje was in his prime? And Conor? Are you talking about Khabib 927, Connor? What's up, Thrill House? How are you, mate? Good to see you, man. Nacho works from home. Could take Usman, Colby, and Bilal down easily too. Exactly. There we go. We're on the same page. Fighting Nerds takedown defense is ass. Dariush won't have a problem. It's his chin. That's the suspect. Dariush's chin? Yes. Leon is so disrespected now. It sucks as a fan of him. He is disrespected now. Yeah, Sean Brady took away all of that goodwill. Destroyed it. Khabib saw Leon dogging Usman in the trilogy. No way in hell he would risk it against him. Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Yeah, he couldn't cherry pick Usman. Don't you dare bet against your fellow Lorax and BSD. He eats frogs for fun, but don't put the difference aside for the trees. I really don't know who to pick in that fight. I can make compelling arguments for both. Islam beat a champ. Has Islam beat a champ? Islam has not beaten a champ. No, Khabib did. Yep. Brady is a way better grappler than Khabib, by the way. That is an insane sentence. What's up, Marin? How are you, dude? How we going, mate? Are we going to knock out Islam in November? Fucking oath we are, Marin. Fucking oath we are, dude. I like Leon over Bilal, too. Your cousin's finished on top looking up. It'd be like Leon over Bilal to your cousins finishing on top, looking up and wondering what happened. Why has my cousins got to do with this, Chris? It's nearly over, Doug. 2 more rounds, buddy, and we can have some thick... Yeah, exactly. We can have some... It's nearly over, Doug. In 2 more rounds, we can have some THC juice. That's way better than getting tasered in the ass. Tim Welch hate is too much. Not that I like him, but he is getting trashed for losing to Marab. The literal divisional GOAT has no weakness yet, and he keeps improving. Yeah, that is true. I think... That is true. That is true. And you look at Bautista, and Bautista's doing really good. Yeah, the Tim Welch hate is a lot. Yeah, that is true. Allah is the Jake Paul of gods. True. BSD couldn't go out, said again in France. That's BSD couldn't go out again in France. Couldn't go out, sad again in France. That's why. That could be it. That could be the reason BSD turned it on. BSD is the type of guy to lose to an old man Moicano and then 50-45 Ilya Topuria. Yeah, and how do we pick this? How do we pick this, brother? What card are they scheduled for? I'm probably going to pick BSD for the first time, and I fucking hate myself. I think it's going to be for November. I don't think it's booked in yet. UFC 321. No, UFC 322, Tapology. I don't think it's booked in yet. I think it's rumored for November. UFC 322, Tapology. Valentina Shevchenko, Weili Zhang, Aaron Blanchfield, Tracy Cortez. Leon Edwards is back. Against Carlos Prates. I thought that was rumored. I didn't know that was locked in. Nice. GM3, Bo Nickel. No, yeah, it's not booked in. Gregory Rodriguez, Kopylov. I like that fight a lot. Let's go, G-Rod. Come on. Come on, Robocop. I like that fight a lot. Yeah, so it is just rumored. It's not locked in yet. It's just rumored. Angela Hill. Fucking why are we still bothering with Angela Hill? 40 years old. Look at the record, boys, of Angela Hill. Oh, God, why do we bother with that? Fucking creature. Fire Angela Hill. What a joke. I just had a sympathy. I just had a symphony. Epiphany. Darius is killing BSD. Put the house on him. I just had an epiphany. Darius is killing BSD. Put the house on him. Bet it. Bet it all. Bet it all. Bet it all on him. What do you do for work, Nacho? We did that one. I'm so happy Guru finally got the compound out of London for him and Casey O'Neill. They can settle down, raise 6 kids, and make the UK great again. I'm happy for Guru too. I hope he gets his internet sorted out soon. Your dong would get figured out so easily by Sugar. You reckon, Mitch? It'll be interesting to see. It's a do or die fight for O'Malley, that's for sure. Gaethje is also 7-5 in the UFC. Big dicked by Charles. Finished round 1. Got a train run on him by Holloway and then KO'd. Holloway did poke him in the eyes and break his nose early. But yes, that is true. That is very true. But this is after, right? Like when Khabib beat Gaethje, Gaethje was coming off being a defending World Series of Fighting champion and a top 5 fighter in the UFC and the interim champ in the UFC as well. And breaking Tony Ferguson's 9-fight win streak. Gaethje was absolutely peaking. Khabib's got a better legacy than Islam. Yep. There we go. An impression of Tim Welch with his sunnies on the inside talking about posture and his new sponsor, CBD-infused cucumbers. Done. Where's some Tim Welch sunnies? This is going to sound fucked up, Nacho. This is going to... Okay, boys and girls, we're going to start the stream. Just doing a few breathing exercises before we get into the stream. And let's fix our posture. And this stream is going to be brought to you by CBD-infused cucumbers. Give you a nice little high, keep you nice and relaxed. Okay, boys and girls. So, today we're going to be talking about Marabi. Marabi's got a fight coming up with Corey Sandhagen. Pretty interesting little fight to look at. Let's get into it, shall we? I don't know how the fuck anyone listens to Tim Welch. I don't know how the fuck anyone listens to him. I don't know how. Him, Tim Welch, sorry, but Tim Welch and Usman and Henry Cejudo. How do they have podcasts? They are so boring. They are so fucking boring. Brady has a win over Craig Jones in a grappling competition. Even though leg locks weren't allowed, Brady passed his guard so easily and just went full guard and camped. Chael Sonnen is getting subbed in 1 minute, by the way. K-Dot is loving Sean Brady. Yeah, but Craig Jones is a fucking leg lock specialist and they weren't allowed to do leg locks. I actually don't mind Tim Welch's content. He's a pretty funny dude. Oh, that's awkward after I just fucking said that. Yeah, I can't stand him. See, Tim Welch... And not that I don't, it's not that I don't like, well, I don't like him, but I don't like him because he's just boring. I don't hate him. He's just so fucking boring to me. Along with the two cunts that I just said. I really need a piss. Should we keep streaming? Should we have a little piss break and I'll keep streaming? We'll keep streaming. Stream's going good. I'm going to have a little piss break and then we'll keep streaming. Bum 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 boom 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 boom. How do I fucking do this on the vertical? Where's the buttons on the verticals? There we go. There we go. That's how you do it. Where am I up to? Nacho is the owner of the Big Ben business. He works whenever the Dark Lord blesses him. Exactly right, mate. That is why he never competed again. Who? Craig Jones? Is that who you're talking about? You're picking Leon by brutal KO. I'm not picking Leon by brutal KO. I'll probably pick Carlos Prates. Bilal and Burns are also better grapplers than Justin and McGregor. Why do you glaze Khabib that much? I don't get it. 13 fights in the UFC, never bled, only lost 1 round. He deserves to be glazed. He's one of the greatest fighters of all time. Easily in the top 20. Khabib absolutely deserves to get glazed. He's fucking phenomenal. We've recently partnered with Al, the American and Brian Stan. Big things coming out. Ooh, I like that. Bro, it's 5 a.m. Is it 5 a.m.? Jesus Christ. Do you think Mario can weaponize pace against Umar? Do you think Mario Batista can weaponize the pace against Umar like Merab did? Really interesting in that fight, how they both approach it. I'm not sure. Merab has got otherworldly cardio, and I don't know if Mario Batista can get that. I don't know where that comes from. You know, some people like Tony Ferguson just have it. I don't know. It's a very interesting fight. It's a really, really interesting fight. Yeah, I think he'll have to. Like, it goes to show that Umar can gas out. In fact, I think a lot of the Dagestani fighters can gas out because I think, quite frankly, Khabib overtrains them. Try this fun activity to find your MMA name. It's your street name, your last 4 digits of your credit card, plus your surname. No, Mr. C. Dougie just fallen in 2006. PDF, stop it. Absolutely amazing. Nacho, there we go. Pick up artist shit. What those glasses? True Tradie has a pair of PPE safety glasses near him at all times. Absolutely right. We got high vis and safety glasses ready to go. Gaethje's 2 wins, by the way. 2 wins over Fiziev. Dustin was the only good one. Double weight cut Tony. Michael Johnson, decent win. Yep. Old man Cerrone, Barbosa, and Chandler. But again, he was already coming off the World Series of Fighting there. And did you leave out Eddie? I think you left out Eddie. Justin Gaethje. You left out Eddie Alvarez as well, right? Justin Gaethje Tapology. Oh, he lost Eddie Alvarez in 2013. There you go. Edson Barboza, Donald Cerrone, Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler. Right when Michael Chandler was coming out of Bellator as well. With the Dan Hooker win underneath him. And had won the first round against Charles Oliveira. Nearly finished the first round in his title fight against Charles Oliveira. Yeah. Oh, that was after the Khabib fight. Oh, no, Justin's a good win. Why do you play Khabib down so much, K-Dot? That's the question. Why are you hating Khabib so much? Like, why is it so... It's actually really strange to me that someone would put... Yeah, Eddie did KO Gaethje. It's really weird to me that you would put Khabib over Islam. Like, to me, it's obvious that Khabib is above Islam Makhachev. Obvious. Like, Islam's legacy does not compare to Khabib's legacy. Like, Conor was a double champ. Peaking. Absolutely peaking. Dustin was younger and better and pre-hip surgery. Gaethje had just beaten an 11-fight, 12-fight, 9-fight win streak, whatever it was, Tony Ferguson. Yes, Tony Ferguson had a double weight cut, but Gaethje still did it. Yeah. Why not do a normal stream, Dougie? We can't play it in the background. Like the stream and then go to your liked videos, Maureen. There you go, mate. The dude that co-host was Tim Welch is pretty funny, though. Joe something. Schmitty? Joe Riggs, yeah. MMA Joey is the worst. Oliveira, monster 11-fight win streak, 10 finishes. Volk, 22-fight win streak, 3-0. Max Holloway, you're telling me Gaethje and Dustin are still better wins? Come on, lad. Come on, lad. Yeah, the Oliveira one's good. Absolutely. Volk's still moving up from a lower weight class, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. But that's it. It's Oliveira and Volk. That's it. That's really it. Plus, Islam's been slept. Charles Oliveira hasn't been slept. I mean, Khabib's never been slept. Khabib hasn't even bled. Khabib lost 1 round. I'm on duty. Stream for another 7 hours. Done! Piss break. Only 10 minutes in. Shut up. He is a beauty. Way better than Tim Welch. Dude who scrapped Nick Dares in hospital and fought Hector Lombard in the BKFC. He is a beauty. Way better than Tim Welch. Oh, Joe Riggs. Sorry, we were talking about Khabib and Islam. Joe Riggs. Right. Dougie really let that fire hose rip. It was on mute. Stop it. What's up, Shyla? Good to see you. Welcome to the chat. How are you, Shyla? Khabib never fought a single grappler. He lost to Gleason T-Bout, but he didn't. I get what you're saying, but he didn't. Lost round to McGregor. Didn't lose a round to Gaethje. Khabib, Gaethje scorecards. I don't think he did. Khabib. You're Lucas Tracy maxing. You know, when Lucas was making up all these bullshit narratives for Piotr Jan, you're Lucas Tracy maxing right now. He did. 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 Two judges gave it to Justin Gaethje in the first. He did. He did. K dot. He did. He did. He did. He did. He did. K dot. He did. This is true. He did lose the first round to Justin Gaethje. Two judges. Two judges gave it to Gaethje in the first round. Ben Cartledge and old Sal D'Amato gave the first round to Justin Gaethje. True. 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 So did he lose it? I thought he only ever lost one round in the UFC. Was it Khabib Conor? He didn't lose a round then. Conor scorecards. Khabib Conor McGregor scorecards. Khabib Conor McGregor scorecards. Why aren't the fucking scorecards coming up? Khabib versus Conor scorecards. Where are the fucking... Why aren't they coming up like they usually do? Khabib versus Conor McGregor. Where are the fucking scorecards? Like normal. Thank you. This is Justin Gaethje again. Where are the Khabib versus Conor McGregor scorecards? Why do they not come up in the search bar like they usually do? I'm on page 2 of Google. They're not coming up. Where are the fucking scorecards? Why are they not coming up like they usually do? Who can read that shit? Where's the website that usually just shows the fucking scorecards, the official scorecards? Khabib versus Conor McGregor. Just shut up, dickhead. Conor McGregor's on this side. 10-9, 10-8. 10-9. Yeah, third round. Third round. Okay, so Khabib's lost 2 rounds in 13 fights. 2 rounds. Use the internet. Have you tried Googling it, dickhead? Okay, so Khabib's lost 2 rounds in UFC history. I thought it was Khabib has lost 1 round in UFC history. 2 rounds. 1 to Justin Gaethje and 1 to Conor McGregor. There you go. Let me read some chats. Let me catch up. K-Dot. Khabib's ground and pound is the GOAT. It is. It really is. Justin beat a guy with one hand. He did beat a guy with one hand, but it wasn't like he fought every single fight in World Series of Fighting against people with one hand. Yes, one time Justin Gaethje beat a guy with one hand. That is true. His legacy is better, but I think prime for prime, Islam beats him in a scrap. I've always said that. I agree with you on that, but I don't think Islam Makhachev's legacy stands up to Khabib's. Even still, even during this debate, I still think Khabib's legacy is better. Don't fucking tell me to shut up, you mad Joe Bogan of a thing. Bosh. Shyla and Blanca are both end with an A. Hang on a minute. Bloody hang on a minute. Bro, come the fuck on. You're being a boxing fan. He got KO'd 10 years ago, 15 fights ago. You're being a boxing fan. He got KO'd 10 years ago, 15 fights ago. McGregor, when he fought Khabib, was off 2 years layoff after fighting Mayweather for 10 mil. They called me a madman. They called me a madman. McGregor, when he fought Khabib. Yeah, but hang on. So you're just saying that Conor McGregor's prime just magically ends at the start of the Khabib fight after the Mayweather fight? I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that. That's not just magically the end of Conor McGregor's prime. Like, that's still Conor McGregor. Leading into that fight, that's still champ Conor McGregor. That's still Conor McGregor's first fight in the UFC after destroying Eddie Alvarez. Doug makes false stats to support his argument about... I'm not making up the stat that Khabib's only ever lost 1 round in the UFC. You guys have all heard that before. That's not some bullshit stat that I just pulled out of my ass. He lost a round against... He did. I was just looking for which one. Yeah. Gleison Tillbell was a 170-pounder on steroids. Round 3, McGregor won against Khabib. Yeah, we just checked that. It was supposed to be Pereira versus Ankstream. Now it's Khabib versus... Well, it was Pereira versus Ank for the first hour, and we are in the second hour, so we can talk about Khabib versus Islam versus Conor. Actually, on my scorecards, he lost every single fight for being gay. Fair enough. Pereira looks really good, but I don't think he is going to be aggressive enough in the rematch. I think he's going to be too aggressive in the rematch, and that's going to end up getting him chinned against Magomed Ankalaev, Shyla. What do you mean he's looking good? Do you think his training footage is looking better? Is that what you reckon? T-Bow won a round as well. Let's check this out. Khabib versus T-Bow scorecards. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. T-Bow didn't want to sing around. It was 30-27 across the board for Khabib. No, we didn't. 30-27. See, this is, I didn't make this fucking narrative up. This is a narrative that's been out there. Today I learned Khabib had never lost a round throughout his entire pro career. This is a well talked about narrative out in the MMA world. That Justin Gaethje round is a super sleeper one. That's a sleeper round. There's someone talking about it there. Khabib never lost a round. Joe Rogan argues that Khabib's this is only lost one round in his career. I didn't make this fucking narrative up out of my ass. Where am I up to? I'm just trying to find where I'm up to. Use the internet to find it. You're wrong by 100%. That's double. You're wrong by it wasn't run one round. It was 2 rounds. That's 100% wrong. T-Bow won a round as well. He didn't. But he only lost 2 rounds. What a bum. James Vick would have whooped his cousin. I know. T-Bow won the fight. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying the record shows Khabib didn't lose that fight. That's why he's Dougie's favorite fighter. They got things in common. T-Bow clearly 1-3. I understand that. I get what you're saying. But Khabib won every single round of that fight. And we're arguing about how many rounds in his 13-fight win streak in the UFC did Khabib lose. And I was saying that he had only lost 1 round. But I wasn't just making that up out of nowhere. Dougie making false stats about Khabib. Yeah, exactly. I didn't just make that out of nowhere. Yeah, mate, his MMA prime ended when he fucking took years off to do boxing. And then not doing anything MMA related for a few years. And made more money than he could ever imagine. And lost the hunger. That is a completely valid point, says Eric. Doesn't take away from the fact that Khabib still has got a win over a double champion. The best win compared to that is the Charles Oliveira win. That's it. Then you could have like the Gaethje win for Khabib and compare that to maybe like the Volk win. But that's it. You can't... there's no way you're going to convince me that Khabib's 13-fight unbeaten streak with 2 rounds lost in the UFC against interim champion Justin Gaethje destroying Tony Ferguson, double champ Conor McGregor, where Conor was good enough to take one of the only 2 rounds that Khabib had ever lost in his entire career off Khabib, is a better legacy than Islam Makhachev, who has been slept, arguably lost the fight to Arman Sarukian, and went 2-2 into the 5th round with no hip having 35-year-old Dustin Poirier. I'm sorry. You've put up a good argument. But Islam Makhachev's legacy is not better than Khabib's legacy. It just isn't. Islam needed that Arman win. I don't know where you're getting these stats. Which one, Justin Kennedy? All over the place. I've heard you say it. Yeah, I've said it before, but I was just showing you guys. I didn't fucking get it out of nowhere. How does Khabib drop Conor but not Mayweather? How does Khabib drop Conor but not but Mayweather didn't drop Conor? Mayweather was shelling up for a lot of the... Mayweather dropped like the first 4 rounds of that fight. 205 McGregor was the last of McGregor in his prime. The UFC 205. Shyla says, yeah, his training footage, he looks better. Shyla's talking about Alex Pereira. Why do you think he will be more aggressive? Because he was on the back foot of so much of the fight the first time. And that's what ended up costing him the rounds. And he had success in the 5th round when he was moving forward a little bit more, Shyla. So I think he'll move forward a little bit more in the 5th round of this one. Check out my scorecard. And when I say my scorecard, I mean my penis. That's because it was a robbery. I'm not... But K-Dot, he still got the win, mate. Look at the media score. I understand that, but Khabib still got the win. And we're arguing over whether or not Khabib's lost 1 round or 2 rounds or 3 rounds or 4 rounds. Khabib's lost 2 rounds. But you can't just chuck in the T-bow rounds as well. I agree, K-Dot. If Conor didn't go to boxing, he only would have lost to Khabib by a brutal 50-45. Just Toad's still here taking the wins. Where did everyone go? Everyone's still here. We're just having a moment. I'm not arguing that the judges are never wrong. We were talking about how many rounds has Khabib lost. Khabib's lost 2 rounds. Fair enough. You can't just chuck on the T-bow rounds as well. They left because they're disgruntled with Dougie's lies. Not going to lie, Dougie's convinced me about Khabib. Thanks, 927 Gunner. We know you made it up. I didn't make it up. I showed you guys where I got it from. I didn't make it up. I wasn't just saying it to make it up. All those posts that you did to gaslight us. No, Khabib solved cancer, Dougie, probably. I didn't make it up, my God. 13 boring fights, then splits before One Trick Pony. 13 boring fights, then splits before the One Trick Pony gets exposed. Khabib, 13 boring fights, then... I don't think Khabib's fights were boring. I thought his ground and pound was fucking phenomenal. Well, if we think about it, Khabib has lost 5 or 6 rounds unofficially. Well, that's different to what we were talking about. Dougie, you're a cool bloke. I like it a lot, but we got to stop with Khabib propaganda. What propaganda? I checked. I said he had only lost 1 round. K-Dot said no, it was actually 2. I checked. That's fair enough. Then Nacho goes, he lost rounds to T-Bow. He didn't lose any rounds to T-Bow. Yes, it was a robbery, but he didn't lose any rounds to T-Bow. You don't want to bruise the back of your throat, Dougie? Okay. K-Dot says, now pull up Islam's 15-fight win streak and how many rounds he has lost. 2 to Volk, 1 to Dustin, that's it new. On one of the judges' scorecards, it was 2-2 going into the 5th round against Dustin Poirier. So not only is there the same amount of rounds lost, he has better wins and more wins. Again, I am not. These better wins... I mean, Khabib got the title of fucking Ally Quinta. The fight before that Islam Makhachev went in to get the title was against Bobby fucking Green. Another one of Islam's great wins is Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker was locked out of his country for something like 75 days in solitary confinement, doing back-to-back-to-back fights just to pay his bills. How long was Dan Hooker quarantined for? Yeah, Dan Hooker was quarantined for 2 months. 2 months. He kept taking short notice fights on Fight Island. Dan Hooker was in quarantine for so long. So long. So you can play these games with all of their opponents. Khabib has racked up more legacy than Islam has. That's the biggest criticism about Islam's fighting, Islam's legacy at light heavyweight. He needed to fix that arm and win. Look at the fight. Look at the Armin fight. Islam's winning round 1, but rounds 2 and 3, they're close as shit. They're close as shit. You could say that Arman Sarukian won. You guys want to be like, oh, T-Bow easily won the first the Khabib fight. Arman won the first Islam Makhachev fight. Still won. I know, but that's what I'm saying about T-Bow. So when I say it about T-Bow, it's bullshit. We can't talk about it when it's T-Bow, but when it's fucking Islam, well, he still beat Arman. You can do this for both of them. Oh, what's up, Douglas's memo? Good to see you, man. Sorry, I was reading the chats. Where am I up to? Where am I up to? Sorry, I got carried away in my own argument. Hang on a second. Now pull up Islam. Right. 2 Volk wins is 1 Volk win. Nacho. 1 Volk win. Then a fucking Gaethje win, bro. What are you fucking smoke? 1 Volk win. 1 Volk win. Look at me. What? Hi, Eric. 1 win over Charles is better than Dustin, Justin, and Conor McGregor. 1 win over Charles is better than all 3 of them. No, K-Dot. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it isn't, K-Dot. No, it isn't. 1 win over Charles Oliveira. 1 win over Charles Oliveira is really good. It's really, really good. But it's not better than all 3 of those names put together. Get fucked. There we go. Viewing population comeback. What are we talking about? Volk beats Khabib. No, he doesn't. Put it to a poll. You're glazing Khabib too much. The public knows ball. The public doesn't know ball. We've done the poll so many times. They're idiots. 2 judges scored Islam versus Arman 30-27 for Islam. So how is it arguably a robbery? We just brought up the stats and went over that. Jones still got the win against Reyes. Dougie probably. Khabib never lost a round, brother. What's up, Douglas's memo? How are you, man? Jones is the GOAT then because 1 judge gave him 49-46 against Reyes. Jones is the GOAT. So now you want to change up arguments again. Now you want to switch tacks, do you? In all my time spewing Arman propaganda, I'd never thought to call Islam Arman 1 an arguable robbery because Islam clearly won, but I might start... It is arguably a robbery. I've always thought that was arguably a robbery. Always. That's why we need the rematch back. So, and remember, Arman took that fight on short notice. I think Arman took that fight on short notice. Arman, Islam, 1, short notice. Maybe Arman didn't take it. I'm sure Arman took it on short notice. Arman's short notice debut against Islam Makhachev. People kept mentioning that it was short notice, but it was a lot more than a standard short notice film because Bobby Green was seeing today. Arman was 22 at the time. He took the fight on 5 days' notice while not even being signed with the UFC. He wasn't in training camp or signed up for another fight. 22. 5 days notice. Where are the stats? I just got rid of the stats. Five days notice. Nearly won the 2nd and 3rd round against Islam Makhachev. Oh, but T-Bow. Okay, you want to do that? You want to play that game? Volk, 11 days off the couch. Dustin Poirier, 35 years old, no hips. Khabib's got a better legacy than Islam. Khabib has a better legacy than Islam. Islam's been chinned. He's literally been put unconscious. Khabib has never bled. It was a good debate, K-Dot. It was a good debate. But it's just not true. Khabib's got a better legacy. You can think Islam's got a better legacy. Fine, think that. I feel very reassured in the arguments that I've made. I've checked your facts. I've checked the stats. I've checked the fights. Gaethje fucked up Tony Ferguson, and then Khabib fucking destroyed him. Dan Hooker was in fucking solitary confinement during a pandemic. Hooker could just walk outside. If the argument is Islam or Khabib's better legacy, it's Khabib by far. He's just so boring. That's fair enough. You can say he's boring, but Khabib's got the better legacy. Has Dougie converted? No, Shyla, I have not converted. Grown man getting told to go to his room. Still clear win for Islam, and the judges agreed. Couldn't be me. Again, Dougie really wants Islam at light heavyweight. Is this an MMA Joey stream? No, we're arguing about two Muslims, Shyla, so it's fair. I don't hate him. I don't hate him. Who cares? You're downplaying the Charles win by a country mile. Charles has Khabib's best wins by faster finishes, and Islam sub Charles. Quality over quantity. Throw in the flyweight, then throw in the flyweight goat onto it. I'm not downplaying the Charles win. I've said this entire argument, K-Dot, the Charles win is really, really, really good. I've not downplayed it. You're trying to make the Charles win go for three greats. Like, Dustin Poirier is wildly considered as one of the best fighters to never win a belt, and you're just chucking that in there like it's nothing. Are you racist and confusing Islam with Ankalaev? No, it's almost midnight and I see this piece of gold. Welcome, Joes Martinez. How are you, mate? Welcome to the channel. Welcome, dude. The resume becomes undeniable. It is totally deniable. I have denied it. Dougie has pictures on his dream board of Islam weighing at 205. One day, Islam will be a light heavyweight. Why do I keep saying that? Oh, has Armin Glaze rubbed off on Dougie because I'm not even this delusional? I'm not being delusional. I've just given you the facts. Armin took the fight 5 days notice. It was his first fight in the UFC. I showed you the stats of the second round and the third round. It was a very, very debatable fight on short notice for Armin Tsarukyan. That's the truth. That's just the truth. Khabib's been Islam's been slept. Khabib has lost 2 rounds. Khabib's beat a champ. Charles Oliveira cleaned all of them up. Conor McGregor slept Jose Aldo, the greatest featherweight of all time, at the time in 13 seconds. You want to play this game? We'll play this game. We can do it in circles all day long. Khabib's legacy is better than Islam's. It just is. Islam needed the Armin fight. He needed the Armin fight. He needed the Armin fight. He needed it. He needed it. And I made a video specifically about that. Where is it? YouTube, Dougie's Corner, Islam, Makhachev, GOAT. The GOAT. I literally made a video about this. It's called Islam Makhachev could become the greatest fighter of all time. The whole video is about talking about Islam Makhachev's legacy and how he needs the Armin fight. He needs the Armin fight to become the GOAT. And instead he ducked it. Not ducked it, but you know what I'm saying. He didn't get it. So we are where we are. One win over Charles. Where am I up to? Fuck. Sorry, K-Dot. You're downplaying it. Or are you just racist and confusing? We did that one. Dougie has pictures on his dream board. We did that one. Justin lost to Khabib with 0 jiu-jitsu. How is that relevant? One win over Charles is the best win in light heavyweight history. No, it isn't. One win over Charles is the best win in light heavyweight history. No, it isn't. Only tied to the first. So how much are you fucking overglazing Ilya Topuria for sleeping Charles? Justin and Dustin aren't generational wins. What do you mean, dude? Dustin Poirier is one of the best fighters to never win a belt, and it was while Dustin was peaking. He was the interim champ. What do you mean Dustin isn't? If I'm downplaying Charles Oliveira, you are going beyond downplaying Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje. You're like just fucking throwing them in the trash. They're not generational wins. What are you talking about? If you look at Ankalaev's sorry, Cayman. If you look at Ankalaev's facial future, it clearly resembles Megatron. I'm happy I got that one out. Here's a comparative list of champs who have lost more rounds than Khabib. All of them, exactly. Automatically better than all of them. No, K-Dot. No, dude. No. The Michael Baber. They call Dougie notice when he's too short. What? They call Dougie notice the way he is so short. I don't even understand what that means. 30-27 is the stat. Well, I broke down some of the other stats that you might find interesting. Islam got chinned by Pantoja too. Yeah, yeah, by Pantoja too. T-Bat was on the same cycle as Prime Dougie. True. Imagine getting chinned by a victim. Okay, that's bullshit. Well, with that logic, we can say Ilya's legacy is retarded as well. Well, sorry, Nitro. I don't know what specific point you were attacking there, Nitro. Sorry. Wow, a 38-year-old Tony Ferguson off 2 weight cut. It's still Tony Ferguson coming off his fucking 11-fight win streak. You want to do that for Justin Gate? You want to do that for Dustin Poirier? We do that. We do that for Dustin Poirier. You can do that. You can play that game both ways. That's why Islam's legacy just doesn't compare. It doesn't. Islam's legacy is not as good as Khabib's. I had to quarantine for a month in a government-approved hotel. Luckily, they supplied a fresh bottle of lotion and a box of tissues daily. Disgusting. Islam will be at 205 the day after Ilya moves up to middleweight. Just keeps chasing him all the way to heavyweight till they can't run anymore. Blink twice if Khabib has kidnapped your family. Khabib has not kidnapped my family. His legacy is just better. Bring up the stats of Usyk versus Moreno. Also a close fight. Also a close fight. Khabib never faced Volk. Khabib will never fight JDM. Well, let's see what happens with the JDM fight. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Khabib won with aura. He really did. I'm going to report that video for hate speech. It's a good video. No, he didn't. Here we go. No, he didn't. Khabib isn't even better than Charles. That's... K-Dot, you're losing the argument by saying ridiculous things like this. Saying that Khabib isn't even better than Charles Oliveira. Khabib didn't fight a grappler. Khabib didn't move up a weight class to challenge the champ there. Khabib fought guys with shit takedown defense. 70% takedown defense. Khabib's not even as good as Charles. Khabib didn't move up a weight class. That is true. Let's see what happens when Islam does it. Khabib fought guys with shit takedown defense. 70% takedown defense. 70% takedown defense. 70%. 70%. 70%. Just beat Tony Ferguson on his 9 or 12 fight win streak, whatever it was. 2 interim champs. K-Dot, you're overglazing. You're overglazing here. I'm sticking to the facts. You're overglazing. I'm worried all this Islam hatred is going to come back and haunt you when he slumps out, Jack. Why are you bringing this evil? I don't hate Islam. This is the thing. I don't hate Islam. I literally made a video begging Islam, praying that he would take the fight, wanting him to be the greatest fighter of all time. I've made all of last year when everyone was like, Alex Pereira is meant to be the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. I kept Islam Makhachev on the top of my pound-for-pound list. I didn't let you guys replace him with Alex Pereira unless I lost that bet to you, Nacho. I do not hate Islam Makhachev. I do not. I do not hate Islam Makhachev. But K-Dot is overly glazing him. His legacy is simply not as good as Khabib's. Dougie's mad. I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad at all. Where am I up to? I'm worried all this Islam hatred. Islam, where am I up to? Where am I up to? Where am I up to? You reckon who has more STD, Sean O'Malley or Sean Strickland? Definitely Sean O'Malley. Where are we up? Nearly 5 o'clock. We're going to wrap up in 10 minutes, guys. It's not because Charles was never... It's because Charles was never at light heavyweight. Exactly, Eric. Marab Ankuri, the play for UFC 320? Yes. Yes. Short notice. Islam is so good. We want him at welterweight. Can't say that for Khabib. We did want Khabib at welterweight. We did want Khabib at welterweight. What are you talking about? We did want Khabib at welterweight. Everyone was saying that Khabib's entire career. Khabib ducked Tony? No, he didn't. Tony fell over a cable. I'm worried all this Islam hatred. Impression of Tony Ferguson talking about Ninja Turtles, shades and blades and tiramisu. Hang on, brother, I'm talking. Islam versus Khabib need to have a sex-off to truly determine the best light heavyweight of all time. Exactly. Go ahead. I didn't even bring up the Dustin win for Islam because it's whatever. But if you want to say 38-year-old Tony Ferguson is a good win, we can do that. Dustin Johnson cancels out. Charles is better than Gaethje. Volk better and Matt. Charles, you're overestimating Charles. You're overestimating Charles. It goes Khabib, then Islam, then Charles. Khabib is still ahead of both of them. And Khabib's fucked up Islam in grappling in the training room. Islam always talks about how Khabib gets it over him. Let's not bring up that page. Let's leave that page there. Nah, they're glazing Islam. Let's not bring that page up. Where am I up to? Dougie's mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. These vertical streams bring out the best in Dougie. You've already previously agreed with me that Conor has a better resume than Khabib. Conor's resume. Aldo. Mendez, Eddie, Khabib's resume, Conor, Gaethje. I think Conor does have a better resume than Khabib. Well, Mendez and Gaethje are pretty similar. Well, Gaethje would be higher ranked because I don't think Mendez ever even won an interim belt. Eddie was a full champ. Aldo is the greatest of all time. Yeah, I'd be willing to recheck that. Tony is not as good as people say. Tony's fucking phenomenal. If Khabib's the GOAT, then why is Khabib's cry after the... Oh, it's Douglas's memo. What am I doing? If Khabib's the GOAT, then why Khabib cry after lose the judo combat fight? Islam never cried. That's because Islam was unconscious. How good was Tony? He was really good. He was really, really fucking good. Moicano, Dober, and Green are better wins than Ally, Quinta, and MJ. You're really stretching with the fucking Green one there, K-Dot. You are really stretching with the fucking Bobby Green one. I must agree with Dougie. Let's stick to the facts and not let our favoritism decide our views. Thank you, Shyla. Thank you. If you don't hate Islam, you should start to. I don't hate Islam. He fucking ducked old GSP. He didn't duck old GSP. The UFC tried to put that fight together, but Dana White didn't do it because Dana White was angry at GSP. Why didn't GSP fight Khabib? It was because GSP had a contract that he was... The UFC blocked it. Prioritizing... Yeah, never fought because the UFC blocked it. GSP winning and then retiring again. Yeah, this is the thing. There was a contract in GSP's... There was a clause in GSP's contract when he beat Michael Bisping that he had to stay on and defend the title because he bounced after the Johnny Hendricks fight. And Bisping fucked Dana White again. And bounced after beating Michael Bisping. So it was the UFC that didn't make that fight. It wasn't fucking Khabib that ducked GSP. The UFC fucking hates GSP deep down inside, but they need him for their Canada market. Few more minutes. All right. How good was Tony? We did that one. I must agree with that. If you had Islam, Khabib faced Gleason. Khabib faced Gleason while he was juiced to the bloody gills. Tony faced Gleason 3 years later after he popped for roids and got suspended. True. Khabib never faced a grappler, so Gleason, Tebow is a striker now. 4 KOs, 15 submissions, 20 decisions. Gleason, Tebow is a striker. There you go. Thank you, Mr. C. There you go. You showed Gaethje 70% takedown like he has fought any other wrestlers than Khabib. He got some, but Gaethje is a collegiate wrestler. Gaethje is a wrestler. You said he's fought no one with good takedown defense. He a defending interim champion, an interim champion that had destroyed Tony Ferguson's win streak with a 70% takedown defense, that is an American wrestler, and the equivalent of a PFL champion. That's Justin Gaethje. That's Justin Gaethje. Yeah? That's who you're trying to... That's Justin Gaethje. You were just trying to flick aside. Flick aside. What's up, Mixed Martial Artists? How are you, dude? Gaethje's a good win. You've also previously agreed that in a fight with Islam would be able to keep it up on the feet and piece up Khabib. Don't go switching up. Now, I think Islam would be able to keep it on the feet, but I'm arguing legacy for legacy here. I think if they had a fight, Islam would probably win that fight. I stick to that. The Conor one we can have a conversation about, but I do stick to that, Nacho. But that's... I mean, I said earlier on the stream, I think Volk's legacy is better than Islam's legacy. Okay, so Islam would be able to beat Khabib. Khabib's still got a better legacy. Khabib has accrued a better legacy. Khabib is a better light heavyweight. A better lightweight is the GOAT lightweight. Khabib is the GOAT of lightweight over Islam Makhachev. He's got a better legacy. That's what I've been arguing. I stick to that. He's got a better legacy. We've had a pretty solid debate over it. 3 more minutes and I'm going to get out of here. We've had a pretty solid debate over it and I'm pretty happy sticking to that. Khabib's got a better legacy than Islam Makhachev. Islam's got Charles and the first Volk fight. I'll give him that. But Islam's been slept. Close fight with a 5-day notice Arman Sarukian. 2-2 going into the 5th round with a 36-year-old Dustin Poirier. Maybe dropped by Moicano. Maybe. A punch landed on the top of the neck area from Renato Moicano. And whether Islam Makhachev slipped or whether he landed on his ass, he fell over. Whether it was a slip or the knock from the punch, he fell over. Khabib's got a better legacy. Why does every MMA channel look like they get their cheeks clapped every day? Well, you'd probably know how to recognize someone like that, you furious fapper. That's probably the websites that you're onto. What's up? Wait, where am I up to? Sorry, K-Dot. Let's go for the win. Khabib's West win. Dustin, Justin, McGregor. Yep. Khabib's West win. Dustin, Charles, and Volk. Dustin. But no. But there's also the fact that he's only lost 2 rounds over his entire 13-fight career and he's never bled. There's that as well. Islam Makhachev looks like he goes to war in every fucking fight. Every fucking fight, he looks like he's going to war. Khabib's legacy is better. Khabib's legacy is better. Straight up. You can't have 2 rounds no bleeding against what Islam has gone through, the wars that Islam has gone through. He should have cleaned up Arman Sarukian, but he doesn't. Islam fakes grappling when he trains with Khabib because it would hurt his ego. It's his huge image in Dagestan that nobody is better than him. Islam is just continuing his legacy. True. What's up, Mixed Martial Artists? A few more minutes until we start the regular 6-hour stream. Exactly. Justin flukes the Tony win. Actually, it wasn't a fluke. Tony was just about to get started. He was just giving him some sand. Same Gaethje that got knocked down by Charles and sub within round 1. We're lucky we're not talking about Charles Oliveira. Lucky we're talking about Islam Makhachev. No way Islam beats Khabib. But if you think Islam would beat Khabib, doesn't that make him the best? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's the legacy. Khabib's got a better legacy than Islam. Islam lost the first Volk fight. Well done, Tim. You better get out of here. I got another minute. Once JDM sleeps Makhachev, we won't need any more discussion on this topic. Well, then K-Dot will just say, well, we were just talking about lightweight. You know, the welterweight fight's got nothing to do with it. Oh, you said let's go for win-win. We're not going for win-win. I think I'm right. So no, K-Dot. Respectfully, there will be no win-win. I think I'm right. If you don't want to say Islam's legacy is better because when JDM sleeps Makachev wouldn't make JDM's, but I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. If you don't want to say that Islam's legacy is better because when JDM sleeps Makachev, it makes JDM legacy look untouchable. Yeah, but I want you to say it right. You're saying, sorry, I misread that. I want you to say that Islam's legacy is better because then when JDM sleeps Makachev, it won't make JDM's legacy look untouchable in the future. JDM has a lot of work to do to make his legacy look untouchable in the future. I'm just being honest. Makhachev is the second best lightweight of all time. Legacy is different to who is the greatest of all time. Greatest is who would win prime for prime. Well, then we need to tear apart the entire GOAT list. We need to tear apart the entire GOAT list because as we have talked about on this channel many times, a lot of the GOAT list depends on your legacy. And now we're talking about a specific GOAT list for one weight class, the light heavyweight division. The lightweight division. Islam was slept 15 fights ago. Why does that matter? He's undefeated. Is casual to it matters. It matters because when you're talking about the greatest lightweight of all time, it matters. Islam has been slept. That matters. That's part of the conversation. You can't just write it off because it was so long ago. It matters. I catch the replay tonight and I pretend to have some sort of life outside work. It's all right, Tim. I don't have a life outside work. It never bled is some gay stat made up by the casual. No, see, K-Dot. Listen, dude. It's been a good debate. But this is how I know you've lost the debate. You're overglazed. What's up, Real Betakoyev? You've overglazed Charles Oliveira to no end. To no end. You wanted to make up things like, well, he lost the rounds to Tebow. He didn't lose the rounds to Tebow. And you want to completely ignore a stat like a man who dominated the lightweight division in the UFC during the teens when the lightweight division was arguably at its most competitive. Never bled. You want to just write this stuff off like it doesn't matter. K-Dot, you've been buried. You've been buried. Hearing never bled is actually gay. It is not gay. Unfortunately, Dougie can say never bled stat about his eye. Okay, that's the end of the stream. That's the end of the stream. Thank you guys very much. That's a 2-hour, 40-minute stream. There you go. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, even though there was a little bit of rage bait. Not a single grappler. We just did the grappling. We just talked about that. We literally just talked about that with Mr. C. Just brought it up. Fucking what's his name? Gleison Tebow. We've literally, and fucking Justin Gaethje is an Olympic wrestler, is a wrestler. We just talked about that. Justin Gaethje's base is collegiate wrestling. 70% takedown defense. You've been making up stats. You've been overglazing things. You've been underplaying things. I'm not going to lie, you retarded motherfuckers make my night. It has been a good night, but let's leave it, K-Dot. Let's leave it. You think Islam's better? Conflict stream. It was a good stream. What's up, Don Calamari? Paddy took him down. We're done. K-Dot, we're done. It's the end of the stream. You think Makhachev's got a better legacy? I think Khabib's got a better legacy. We're done. We're at the end of the stream. Thank you, K-Dot. I appreciate it. It was a good debate. Paddy's legacy is better. Shut up, Nacho. All right, boys. I had a good stream. I hope you guys did. I'm going to listen back to it and see how the audio sounds and adjust accordingly. I'll listen back to it and see how the audio sounds. I'll catch all you guys tomorrow. Paddy over Khabib. Shut up, Kate. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a good night in America and Canada. I hope you have a good day in Europe. And I hope you have a good Arvo in Australia. Refund me, mate. No. Have a good night, boys. Thank you so much for joining me with this one. I appreciate it. Jislam is better than Khabib. Remember the name? No, he isn't. See you guys. Have a good one. Goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you guys. Have a good one. Thank you for joining me. Bye, 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 bye. Refund me, mate? Never. See you.